Welcome to the Fantasy Audiobook. National Job Transfer. Obtain the Physique God System at the beginning. Chapter 21. After sending Wang Ruo away, Lu Xuantian got acquainted with the villa by himself. There are 3 floors of the villa with all the equipment, entertainment room and exercise room. One of the surprises for Lu Xuantian is that there is also a gravity room on the basement floor, which can exercise the body's ability to resist stress. This is quite suitable for fighters. After all, stamina and strength can be increased with regular exercise. According to the rules of this world, human beings can not only use various props to enhance their own strength and spirit, which are equivalent to attribute values. You can also enhance your own attributes in battle or exercise. Although upgrading the level can enhance one's own attributes, it is all one time. Moreover, training and fighting can increase naturally, without any restrictions, or even infinite increases. Lu Xuantian's eyes lit up, and he saw a way to increase the attribute value. However, he knows very little about this aspect. After all, it is impossible for them in high school to come into contact with this kind of thing. The most they can understand is gravity, which is something that can be created artificially. Immediately, Lu Xuantian opened the gravity chamber, first with 10 times the gravity. A force of gravity suddenly descended. Although Lu Xuantian was prepared, he still staggered unexpectedly. Fortunately, he held on to the wall in time to avoid falling. Gravity isn't just about the weight of your body. But after only a moment, he got used to it. The gravity of this world is very strong, but not too perverted. 10 times the gravity is only a small problem for Lu Xuantian. Lu Xuantian also began to gradually adapt to gravity. At first he just tried to walk under gravity. From walking step by step at the beginning, to running fast later, and finally performing various martial arts, fighting skills and so on. It is worth mentioning that gravity is actually a 10*10 room. In addition to not being able to release a wide range of skills, it is still possible to exercise your physical fitness. Especially suitable for fighters. After practicing for an hour, Lu Xuantian was surprised to find that his strength had increased a little. This surprised Lu Xuantian, although an hour is only a little bit more. But also pretty good too. Afterwards, Lu Xuantian continued to bury himself in a selfless cultivation state. Soon, another 3 hours passed. But he was shocked to find that the strength attribute point was only increased by 2 points, obviously he had practiced for 3 hours. Just when Lu Xuantian was puzzled, the villa doorbell rang. Direct access to the gravity chamber. Lu Xuantian couldn't help admiring the configuration of the villa. Through the monitor, he could see a girl with ponytails and an indifferent face standing at the entrance of the villa. But he didn't know this person. However, he still closed the gravity room first and came to the entrance of the villa. After opening the door, Lu Xuantian said curiously, "You are?" The girl with ponytail gave Lu Xuantian a cold look, and handed Lu Xuantian a package of things in her hand. "This is what the teacher asked me to deliver to you. There are school uniforms and resources for your cultivation in the package. I am your senior sister, you can call me senior sister Miaotong, I live next door to you." The visitor explained. Lu Xuantian also understood. It turned out that this was the senior sister who lived next door to him, and this time he moved something for him. Afterwards, Lu Xuantian took the package and thanked him. "Thank you, senior sister Miaotong." Well, there are 2 kinds of items that increase attributes, the Dolly Pill and the Swift Orb, as well as some books related to the academy. You should read it first, and the teacher will come to you alone tomorrow. You add my communication number first, you can find me if you need anything. Okay. Lu Xuantian added the communication number to know that senior sister Miaotong's full name is Ouyang Miaotong. Tomorrow at 8 o'clock in the morning, the teacher will be waiting for you in the number 1 trainer, so don't be late. After Ouyang Miaotong finished speaking, she turned and left, looking vigorous and resolute. There is a feeling of refusal to be thousands of miles away. Lu Xuantian touched his nose. This world is really lonely. Didn't think much about it. He took the package and went back to the villa. After opening it, he saw 10 pills in glass bottles, which were Dolly Pill and Swift Bead. Dolly Pill. After taking it, the strength attribute +5, the upper limit is 10 times. Swift Pill. After taking it, the speed attribute +5, the upper limit is 10 times. This is also a way to increase attributes. Similarly, each type can only be used 10 times, with a usage limit. Lu Xuantian was not too polite, and directly swallowed the Dolly pill and the Swift pill, each increasing the strength and agility by 25 points. This time, the 4 attributes broke through 100 in the whole picture. Immediately, he looked at his attribute panel. Name: Lu Xuantian. Occupation: Battle Tank Master. Level: Silver Tier 1. Strength: 183. Agility: 124. Spirit: 102. Stamina: 160. Exclusive skills: Ghost Back Fan Ma Physique Taijutsu Guy. Lu Xuantian is quite satisfied with the current attributes. Although not the strongest, but definitely in the front row. Afterwards, he looked at the relevant regulations on the Martial Arts Academy. Generally speaking, it is the basic rules and regulations of the college and attention to events. And the things about the course are all checked on the computer to save your life. It made Lu Xuantian feel like he went to university in his previous life. As long as it was related to him, as long as it was in the Warrior Academy, he didn't dare to choose any profession. You just need to pay attention to the progress of this profession so as not to fall behind. For example, for the fighter profession, you can learn the basic skills and knowledge of other professions, because this is universal, and the development of exclusive professional skills needs to be learned in the college of this profession. In addition to this information, there are many introductions about the environment of Qingzhou University. Lu Xuantian looked at the introduction of the dungeon information. Suddenly, he narrowed his eyes slightly and looked at the copy information. It turns out that the dungeon world is not just combat dungeons, but also divided into material dungeons, function dungeons, and 3 types of dungeons. There are only combat copies in the outside world. Because both the resource copy and the function copy are controlled by Daxia or other forces. Resource dungeons, as the name suggests, are dungeons that contain various resources, and the output is much larger than normal battle dungeons. There are very few introductions to functional dungeons, similar to dungeons such as Gravity and Hurricane. In the Academy, there are very few combat dungeons. There are only 3 silver dungeons and only 1 gold dungeon in the Warrior Academy. There is only 1 copy world in the other 2 colleges. However, there are several functional copies, which surprised Lu Xuantian. It took a few hours to read all the materials, and then Lu Xuantian fell asleep. Waiting for the first class tomorrow. Qingzhou University, Warrior Academy, Wudo Branch. In practice room No. 1, Yi Hongfei waited early. Until 8:15, Lu Xuantian just arrived on time. Lu Xuantian, you are really on time, Yi Hongfei said with a smile. I didn't expect the teacher to come so early. Teacher, do we start class today? Lu Xuantian asked respectfully. Well, today is a class, and it is also to explain to you the fighting skills of martial artists. University is not what you imagined. You have to take theoretical classes every day, and more practical classes. After all, strength is the first element, Yi Hongfei explained. Hearing Yi Hongfei's words, Lu Xuantian nodded to express his understanding. Each world develops in a different direction, so the focus is also different. In this world, strength is the most important thing, and rank is the first. Then teacher, are we going to hunt strange beasts and improve our own level? Lu Xuantian felt that this was what Yi Hongfei meant. Level up, doesn't it mean stronger strength? But Yi Hongfei scolded Lu Xuantian directly. Don't just focus on improving your level. What's the use of your level being higher? Don't think that you can do whatever you want if you get the first place in the freshman assessment. Your behavior is stupid. If it weren't for the fact that you are my student, I would have beaten you directly. Lu Xuantian was speechless. Did I get it wrong? But what he has learned over the years is to upgrade his level, increase his attributes, and enhance his own strength. As a teacher, I will teach you how to become a real strong person today, instead of just becoming a professional with empty ranks but no real strength. Lu Xuantian's expression changed upon hearing this, and he quietly listened to Yi Hongfei's explanation. This is a top diamond level powerhouse, an existence beyond his 2 great realms. And this is the limit of his cognition. After all, the diamond level powerhouses are what most people listen to the most. At this time, Yi Hongfei asked first, do you know why a 5th level silver professional loses to a 1st level silver professional? Because it's a hidden job. Lu Xuantian answered with some uncertainty. He really hasn't considered this matter. Generally speaking, hidden professions are very strong, and his current strength can easily defeat silver 5th level professionals. What if this 5th level silver professional is a powerful hidden professional? And the 1st level silver professional is an ordinary professional? Forehead. This question directly stunned Lu Xuantian. If the same level also said the past. But at different levels, if you lose with a hidden profession, that would be outrageous. Teacher, I really don't understand it very well. Anyway, I feel that I am stronger than others, so I can easily defeat the enemy. Yes. Suddenly, Yi Hongfei said with a smile, your strength is due to your high attributes, and you can defeat others even if you leapfrog. Although skills and luck are part of strength, attributes are the foundation of strength. Think about it, one person's 4 attributes are 200, and the second person's 4 attributes are 100, even if the second person's skills are strong, but there are only 2 results, one is a defeat and the other is a miserable victory, and the chances of a miserable victory are very small. So, the first lesson I will teach you today is to improve your own attributes. After Yi Hongfei's explanation, Lu Xuantian understood the importance of attributes. But he had thought before that it would be very difficult to increase the attribute, just like the Dolly pill increases the attribute by 5 points, but it can be used up to 10 times. Therefore, if you want to improve your attributes, you can only spend money to buy different types of boosters. But he didn't. Seemingly seeing what Lu Xuantian was thinking, Yi Hongfei continued. I let you increase your attributes, not to let you take drugs to increase attributes. Drugs have side effects, so after using 10, the body will absorb the effect of the medicine. Lu Xuantian suddenly realized, could it be to exercise the body to increase attributes? Teacher, I practiced in the 10-fold gravity room last night. I originally increased a little bit of attributes in an hour, but then I couldn't improve a bit of attributes. Originally, he also wanted to get some attribute points. But the gravity chamber is not strong enough. You are not talking nonsense. Yi Hongfei said angrily. Attributes are improved under pressure. When you adapt to the pressure, it will naturally increase slowly. At the beginning, you improve a little every hour, and after you get used to it, you get a little better for 2 hours. After you get used to it again, the time will be longer, so you have to increase the pressure to get attribute points faster. These attribute points through self-training can be continuously increased. Lu Xuantian suddenly realized, so it is. It turned out that the pressure was not enough. As long as you bear strong pressure, you can increase attribute points without limit. So the first question the teacher said can be understood more clearly. The attribute of the 1st level silver must exceed the 5th level silver, even if the opponent is a hidden profession, but the attribute is a weakness after all. Teacher, can I just keep improving my attributes at the 1st level of silver? But Yi Hongfei shook his head. Although the attributes obtained are good, the level is still very important. Even if your 1st level silver attributes are the same as those of the 1st level gold, if you really want to face the 1st level gold, you will only end up in complete defeat. Because your skill effect is different from others, others can exert more powerful damage. And attribute points are not so easy to increase. You can't stay at the 1st level of silver all the time, and as your ability to resist stress becomes stronger, the attribute points you get will decrease. Let me tell you, those who use experience potions and those who upgrade from monsters are not really strong. When they grow up, their physical fitness will improve, but if they continue to use the exercise method similar to the gravity room, they will not be able to obtain attribute points. So, if you want to start from the silver level, you need to start training your attribute points, and earning them with all your might will only benefit the future, and will not cause any harm. Every time you level up, you will also get new attribute points based on the previous attribute points. The more original attribute points you have, the more attribute points you will get. The benefits are persistent. In the practice room No. 1, Yi Hongfei explained to Lu Xuantian for a long time about attributes. Let Lu Xuantian be shocked. It turns out that the real strong are not accumulated in the way of experience potions and spawning monsters. Only those who have grown steadily step by step are the real strong. This moment, Lu Xuantian's eyes are firm. He wants to become a real strong man, instead of simply relying on the ghost back, to become a false strong man with the help of external force. Besides, if his attribute is improved, the power of casting, ghost back, will be even stronger. The first lesson made Lu Xuantian enlightened. He pays more attention to attributes now. Although now it is easy to rely on the back of the ghost to defeat the strong man of the 10th rank of silver. But as Yi Hongfei said, as long as the foundation is good, even if the level is lower than others, you can defeat the opponent. Even leapfrog battles are no problem. At this time, Yi Hongfei continued to say, this is the first lesson and the most important lesson in your life. Of course, if you encounter potions or props that increase attributes, you should still use them. After all, no one will dislike having too many attribute points. Lu Xuantian nodded heavily. This is indeed an important moment. If his attributes are enhanced, then he doesn't even need to use skills. Just relying on basic physical skills can defeat silver 10th level powerhouses, or even gold level powerhouses. Suddenly, Lu Xuantian thought of a problem, such as this kind of information about improving attributes. It stands to reason that Daxia should know, and those big families also know, but shouldn't their disciples be stronger at the bronze level? However, during the assessment, every one of them is a good Yazi. Lu Xuantian asked out the doubts in his heart. Well, this is the second thing I'm going to talk about next. Regarding attribute cultivation, it must be practiced in the function copy. You have to know that there are no function duplications in the outside world, and only 4 function duplications exist in major universities, so why do many people squeeze their heads to get into a good university? For functional copy. So being strong for a while doesn't mean that you will always be strong in the future. The silver level is the starting point for everyone, and it depends on who improves faster. Lu Xuantian had a strange look on his face. Although he knew what was going on, his strength might really be forever. After all, the system is not for dry food. However, this can also be seen from the side how much everyone attaches importance to attribute points. About the copy of the function in the academy, I believe you should have seen it. Yes, got it. Lu Xuantian nodded. Qingzhou University has a total of 4 functional dungeons, corresponding to the 4 dungeons of strength, speed, spirit, and endurance, which are quite complete. Yi Hongfei continued. Do you know why Qingzhou University is ranked the 3rd college in Daxia? Do not know. Because Qingzhou obtained a secret realm with a gravity up to 100,000 times gravity 3 years ago, which directly promoted Qingzhou University to the top 3. In fact, there are 7 colleges in the Great Xia Kingdom that are tied for the first place. In the future, you will meet students from the other 6 colleges. Their strength is not weak, so you must practice hard. As the saying goes, the master leads the door, and the cultivation depends on the individual. If you want to improve your attributes, you still have to rely on yourself. If you encounter problems that you don't understand during the cultivation process, you can come to me at any time. Every once in a while, I will spot check you. If you fail, I will not show mercy. Yi Hongfei finally said threateningly. Although he knew that the other party was joking, Lu Xuantian still nodded with a smile. Okay, now I'll test your strength first, and you punch me with all your strength. Alright, teacher, be careful. Lu Xuantian let out a low cry, and the blue veins on his right arm were wrapped around his arm like a horned dragon. He was concentrating all the strength in his body, and then punched Yi Hongfei fiercely. Boom! A muffled sound resounded in the practice room. The moment Lu Xuantian punched, Yi Hongfei also punched. 2 punches collide. Lu Xuantian was directly sent flying several meters away, but both sides used physical strength, so they didn't suffer too much damage. But he was a little surprised. Because his current physical fitness is stronger than ordinary people, especially the Fan Ma physique. Although he has not transformed, his strength is also quite large. The one who was most shocked was Yi Hongfei. At this moment, he seemed to be fine, but his arms trembled slightly. Good boy, the power of this punch is at least 80 tons, right? Yi Hongfei said in his heart. Although the black iron level has surpassed ordinary people, and then the bronze level, and now the silver level, the strength of a normal soldier is at most 30 tons. But Lu Xuantian has already reached 80 tons just at the first level of silver. It can be guessed that Lu Xuantian's strength attribute is probably very high. And that's just basic strength. If the skill is used, it is estimated that it can break through 100. Yi Hongfei has read all of Lu Xuantian's experience from going to school to passing the examination, and he concludes that Lu Xuantian must have some adventures. That's why he chose Lu Xuantian. Immediately, Yi Hongfei said, "Your current strength has far surpassed that of normal people, but your mental power and speed are still too slow. During this period of time, you can go to the functional dungeon to exercise, and you can upgrade your level when you feel that your attributes have improved." Well, the students know. Okay, you go back. Yes. After Lu Xuantian bid farewell to Yi Hongfei, he returned to his villa first. I have been listening to Yi Hongfei explaining about cultivation for almost the whole morning. It turns out that it is not just as simple as upgrading the level, but to improve the attributes. Afterwards, he plunged into the gravity chamber, this time directly turning on 15 times the gravity. Another wave of mental and physical devastation. But he got used to it very quickly. After all, with Fan Ma's physique, his physique is not that weak. Over time, Lu Xuantian was pleasantly surprised to find that his attribute points were increasing little by little. Although small, it will continue to increase. But it couldn't be increased for an hour, so Lu Xuantian continued to increase the gravity. 20 times gravity, 25 times the gravity, 50 times the gravity. As time went on, the gravitational force that Lu Xuantian endured was also increasing. In 3 days, he was already able to withstand the devastation of 50 times the force of gravity. This is the limit of the gravity room, but not his limit. The benefit of physical and mental torture is plus 48 points of strength. And the 3 attributes of speed, spirit, and endurance increase by 12 points each. Gravity exercises the strength attribute, but at the same time it exercises other attributes a little bit. Lu Xuantian stepped out of the gravity chamber and took a breath of fresh air. After 3 days of crazy practice, the results obtained are still very objective. The 50-fold gravity room is no longer of any value to him. Now I need to go to the 4 great secret realms to practice. Which one should I go to first? Lu Xuantian said to himself, he must first consider a new place to practice. Then he looked at his property panel. Name, Lu Xuantian. Occupation, Battle Tank Master. Level, Silver Tier 1. Strength, 231. Agility, 136. Spirit, 114. Stamina, 172. Exclusive skills, Ghost Back Fan Ma Physique Taijutsu Guy. After thinking for a moment, Lu Xuantian already had a decision in his heart. Since you want to follow the path of a tank master and a martial artist, you must be firm to the end. He decided to improve the attributes of strength and endurance instead of being a comprehensive battle tank division. After all, it takes a lot of time to cultivate these attributes. If he wants to be a grandmaster, he will be able to reduce 10 times with one force. Suddenly, he thought of a bald man in his previous life who liked to solve troubles with one punch. No matter who the other party is, it's just a slap when you go up. Qingzhou University, Heavy Mountain Copy. The Heavy Mountain Dungeon is one of the 4 major function dungeons of Qingzhou University, mainly to exercise strength. At this time, Lu Xuantian had already arrived at the Chongshan Dungeon. At the entrance of the dungeon, a staff member of the college noticed and checked Lu Xuantian's student ID before waving for Lu Xuantian to enter. This is a dungeon that makes other colleges envious. Before coming here, Lu Xuantian also deliberately learned about the copy of Zhongshan. It was the principal of Qingzhou University who discovered it somewhere, and then moved the copy to Qingzhou University with a powerful ability. One step is now the portal. Lu Xuantian came to the Heavy Mountain copy. Although I have seen photos of the copy of Zhongshan, I was still shocked when I came in. The Heavy Mountain copy is huge. As far as the eye can see, the end of the copy is not seen. His eyes were attracted by the most central scene. In the center of the Heavy Mountain Dungeon, there are 10 vast continents suspended. Each piece of land is separated by hundreds of stages. Gravity doubles every time you step on a ladder. The copy of the Heavy Mountain has no gravity, only these lands have gravity. Just stepping on it is like entering a gravity chamber. But it is worth mentioning that the pressure in the gravity chamber is weaker than that of the Heavy Mountain copy. This is what Lu Xuantian knows so far. He didn't think much, and quickly rushed towards the bottom of the floating land. Along the way, most of them are boys. The heavy mountain dungeon is completely a man's paradise. All of them come together with strength. Just when Lu Xuantian arrived at the bottom of the mainland, he met an acquaintance. That person is Lu Xuantian's senior sister, Ouyang Miaotong. At this time, Ouyang Miaotong had just walked up the steps. It is extremely conspicuous among the boys. After all, few girls like to come to Gravity Mountain. It's all a group of old men. Immediately, Lu Xuantian stepped forward to say hello. Senior sister Miaotong. Ouyang Miaotong, who was about to climb the steps, looked at the voice suspiciously. Junior brother Lu, are you here to exercise your strength too? Well, the gravity room is no longer enough to support me to exercise, so I want to come to the Gravity Mountain to exercise. Wait, you said you have adapted to the gravity chamber. Ouyang Miaotong looked at Lu Xuantian in shock. What's the matter? Lu Xuantian was puzzled. No. After reacting, Ouyang Miaotong hurriedly waved her hands. Because it took her half a month to adapt to the gravity chamber, while Lu Xuantian only spent 3 days. My junior is so evil. Junior brother Lu, this is your first time at Gravity Mountain. Do you want senior to introduce you to Gravity Mountain? Then thank you, senior sister. Immediately, Ouyang Miaotong talked about the mountain of gravity for Lu Xuantian. I won't tell you the basic information. Senior sister will tell you more secret information. There are 100 steps on each floor of the heavy mountain, which means 100 times the force of gravity, and you can get a 10-fold exclusive skill when you climb the first continent, which can exert 10 times the force when you use it. And the second layer has 20 weights, and so on. Lu Xuantian's eyes lit up. There are skills that can improve strength here. Sister, what you said is true. That's for sure. This time I'm going to go up to the 4th floor first, to learn 40-fold strength. Student, even if you want to land on the first continent, it will take a long time. Senior sister won't wait for you. You should pay attention to yourself. There are strange beasts on every step, so don't underestimate them. After Ouyang Miaotong finished speaking, she rushed to the steps. After a while, they arrived at the first continent, and then moved towards the second continent. Okay, I'm going to try it too. Lu Xuantian's eyes were fiery, and Gravity Mountain was really suitable for him. Immediately, he no longer hesitated. Quickly rushed towards the first step. The first step is a gravity. Lu Xuantian flew over directly. Immediately afterwards, he ran straight to the 50 steps in one breath, and he didn't listen until here. Now he can already feel the strong gravity, more pronounced than in the gravity chamber. But this is not the limit he can bear. Keep going up. 51. Increased gravity. He was no longer in that fast-running state, but walked up the 52 steps step by step. Each step has a width of tens of meters in the middle. At this moment, on this floor, he is not alone. There are many other students. Most are freshmen. After all, old students have been enrolled for 1 year, and the last time they have reached their first continent. Lu Xuantian ignored the others and continued to move upwards. It didn't take long to reach the 60th floor. More than most people. Next, the 70th, 80 floors. Lu Xuantian rushed to the 80th floor in one breath, and the speed gradually slowed down. At the same time, a message came from the panel. Ding. Under the training of gravity, your strength is +8. Ding. Under the tempering of gravity, your speed +2. Ding. Under the tempering of gravity, your spirit +2. Ding. Under the tempering of gravity, your stamina +2. As Lu Xuantian continued to bear strong gravity, the attribute points skyrocket every hour. But only temporarily. When subjected to gravity, attribute points will also decrease. Lu Xuantian naturally knew this, but he didn't stop. He even ran straight away, and after half an hour, he directly passed the 80 steps and stepped on the 81 steps. At this moment, he has surpassed most of the freshmen and continues to move upward. Soon, he also got the attention of all the freshmen. Start with the first step. I never saw Lu Xuantian stop. And they also recognized Lu Xuantian. It is the first celebrity in the assessment competition. The legendary, Blue Beast, who fought all over the Zangetsu arena. Lu Xuantian, look at that man, he's so fast. Isn't that the first person in the freshman assessment? It's normal to be able to walk so fast. Yesterday's top-ranked Tianzhao have already reached the top of the first continent, and he probably will reach the top soon. Hiss, one is more pervert than the other. It took me 3 days to reach the 30th step, while others climbed directly to the top on the first day. Yes, it seems that there is no sign of being tired yet. People are more popular than people. Lu Xuantian didn't pay attention to the discussion behind, but continued to reach the top step by step. At this time, he had reached the 90th floor. Attribute points earned per hour are also increasing. 90 times the gravity. It may be difficult for ordinary people, but for me, it's not that difficult. Lu Xuantian said with disdain in his heart. Just his current physique. It is subtly improving. Moreover, the flesh and blood under gravity will also change. Make his physique stronger and stronger. Finally, after another half an hour, Lu Xuantian was able to see the edge of the first continent. It's only one step away from waiting. Lu Xuantian gritted his teeth and stepped heavily on the first continent with both feet. With a buzzing sound, a more majestic and heavy gravity hit. It was as if he was going to be crushed under Five Fingers Mountain. Lu Xuantian took a deep breath of air. He has arrived at the first continent. At this moment, he is bearing 100 times the force of gravity. Just like Five Fingers Mountain. Breathless. The first continent. It's really extraordinary. The gravity is much more terrifying than the one below. Lu Xuantian looked around, and there was no difference between the first continent and the ground. The continent is huge and suspended in the air. Very magical. Countless alien beasts occupy the mainland, and many students are hunting alien beasts. Lu Xuantian feels that most of the students are old students in the college. Because they are all mages, swordsmen, and swordsman professionals with weak physique and strong output. Most of the alien beasts on this level are silver-level alien beasts, which are equivalent to silver dungeons, and they are huge in number, so they can be hunted and killed at will. But Lu Xuantian's purpose is not to hunt strange beasts, but to learn 10 heavy strength. It's a pity that the senior sister didn't tell me the specific location, so I should find someone to ask. Soon, Lu Xuantian found a girl who was farther away from him, and then ran quickly. Hello senior sister, I would like to ask where can I learn the skills of 10 heavy strength. In front of Lu Xuantian was a petite girl with eyes, a mage by profession, who just killed a group of strange beasts with a spell. 10 weights, you can only kill the beasts yourself and burst out of them. Tang Yi looked at Lu Xuantian curiously and asked, are you a freshman this year? Wow, today is the 4th day of school, how did you come up so fast? How did you do it? It took me a year to come up. I heard that there are many monster-level geniuses in your freshman this year. Lu Xuantian was a little speechless. How did he meet a chatty senior? However, he already got the information he wanted, so he ran away immediately. Where are you going, junior? 100 times the gravity made Lu Xuantian slightly uncomfortable, but it didn't affect the battle. He now wants to write a skill book with 10 strengths, and he will soon be eyeing a strange beast. Strange beast. Blue Soul Beast. Level. Silver Tier 5. Strength. 42. Agility. 71. Spirit. 65. Stamina. 33. Skill. Slamming causes heavy damage to the enemy. Honkai Force randomly freezes, poisons, or slows down the opponent. The damage of this beast is not strong, but its speed and spirit are relatively high. Boom. Lu Xuantian approached quickly, wearing the pyro explosion gloves on his hand, and punched the resting green soul beast. The pyro explosion effect of the glove was instantly activated, and a violent explosion sounded. Although there was no starting burning effect, one punch cost more than half of the life of the green soul beast. Before the green soul beast could react, Lu Xuantian made another punch. Kill it directly. White energy poured into the body. But it's a drop in the bucket for him. But Lu Xuantian searched quickly, but luck didn't seem to be on his side, and he didn't see the green soul beast bursting out the 10-weight skill book. Continue. No one can have too many extra skills. Moreover, he just checked Qingzhou University's shopping mall website through his mobile phone and found that the explosion rate of Shijiangjin is really low, basically the kind that has a price but no market. The price even reached 5 million dragon coins at one point. Lu Xuantian, who watched, was envious. And this is just the 10 heavy strength skill book. There are also 20 heavy energy and 30 heavy energy skill books on the internet, each of which is more expensive than the other. But worth the money. Think about it, if you hit 20 times or 30 times your strength at once, anyone can catch it. This skill is only available in the Heavy Mountain Dungeon. At the same time, Qingzhou University stipulates that this skill book can only be enjoyed by Qingzhou University students, and other people are not allowed to transfer and sell it, unless it is allowed by Qingzhou University. You must know that the outside world has set the price of the 10 heavy strength skill book to 10 million dragon coins. After an hour of hunting, Lu Xuantian didn't know how many strange beasts he had killed. The skill book was not obtained, but his level is about to break through. I can't continue to kill, or I will be promoted to the second level of silver. I'll get the attributes fully trained first, and then I'll find the skill book. Do as soon as you think of it, and just ignore these strange beasts. The highest level of alien beasts on the first continent is only silver level 5. It is estimated that the more advanced ones are in the second continent. About 3 hours have passed. He went straight through the first continent and came to the steps on the other side of the continent. The landing steps of each level are different from the landing steps of the previous level, which are on both sides of the mainland. Immediately, climb the 101 first step. Gravity strikes again. Fortunately, he was used to 100 times the gravity, so he could bear it easily. Lu Xuantian looked at the 100-meter steps. Above him, there are also a large number of students climbing the steps. Lu Xuantian started climbing. Not only was he unhappy this time, he just walked up step by step like that. The whole person is very relaxed. And as the steps get higher, the speed gradually slows down. But still did not stop. Originally, 110 steps were walked in 10 minutes, but after 130 steps, it became 30 steps in 1 hour. At this time, Lu Xuantian has reached the 160 steps, bearing 160 times the gravity. Lu Xuantian took a deep breath of air. At this time, he has not reached the limit, so he continues to move forward. Another hour and a half passed. Finally came to the 190th step. Here, Lu Xuantian looked at 4 acquaintances. They were Beastmaster Baila, who competed with Lu Xuantian for the first place in the assessment, and Knight brothers, Xiao Hai, Xiao Yu, and Shadow Assassin Yi Feng. At this moment, the 4 of them were competing for the final sprint. It depends on who can climb to the top of the second continent faster. Baila, don't think that you can surpass our brothers by relying on strange beasts. We knights are the strongest. We are going to be the first freshmen to land on the second continent. 2 brothers, Xiao Hai and Xiao Yu, supported each other to move forward. Oh, that's ridiculous, I'm 1 meter ahead of you now. Baila, who was 1 meter ahead, gritted his teeth. He also struggled towards the second continent with his own white tiger. Baila said as he looked aside, it was Yi Feng. At this moment, Yi Feng is also advancing with difficulty. Yi Feng gritted his teeth and stepped straight up the 197th floor, 1 step ahead of the 3 of them. A bunch of trash, I'm number 1. Hearing Yi Feng's words, the 3 of them gritted their teeth and walked up to the 197th floor, not to be outdone. The 4 walked forward stiffly as if they were robots. Everyone gritted their teeth, not to be outdone. At this time, a sudden voice came. Hey, how many brothers are practicing mechanical dance here? Yi Feng, Baila, Xiao Hai and Xiao Yu turned their heads stiffly to look at the voice. He saw something that shocked him. I saw that Lu Xuantian was advancing at a speed of 2 seconds and 1 meter, as if taking a walk, without the slightest pressure. He walked straight in front of them. Be the first to land on the second continent while they watch. At this moment, Yi Feng, Baila, Xiao Hai and Xiao Yu had extremely exciting expressions on their faces. Lu Xuantian didn't pay much attention to the 4 of them, and went straight to the second continent. The level of alien beasts on the second continent is from silver level 5 to silver level 10, and their strength is much stronger than that of the first level continent. But, because of gravity, there are far fewer alien beasts in the second continent than in the first continent. At this time, all the students on the second continent were from the previous session. They are hunting strange beasts, and the number of strange beasts is also decreasing. Lu Xuantian didn't hunt, but walked straight towards the second continental ladder and climbed the 3rd ladder. Shortly after, he has successfully stepped onto the 3rd rung. There are basically very few people here, because the students of the previous class can easily ascend to the 3rd floor as their levels increase and their physical strength increases. After all, they are also professions specializing in strength, so there is no need to waste time. Subsequently, Lu Xuantian continued to climb. About 5 hours passed. Under the steps on the 3rd floor, 4 figures came. It was Yi Feng, Bai Le, Xiao Hai, and Xiao Yu. At this moment, they looked at Lu Xuantian, who had already climbed halfway up the mountain, and all of them were stunned. "All go, is that guy a monster? It takes us a long time to withstand 200 times the gravity, no wonder that guy is so powerful. I can't climb anymore, you climb. 200 times is already my limit. If I climb up again, I will die." At this time, the 4 of them, who are the top students of Qingzhou University, have a limit of 200 times the gravity. Unless they level up, otherwise, it would be impossible to catch up with Lu Xuantian. But you must know that Lu Xuantian is also a silver level strength, but he can climb the 3rd level. The 4 sat on the 201st step. He looked at Lu Xuantian, who was still climbing. I saw that Lu Xuantian was still climbing up unhurriedly. Another 5 hours have passed. Lu Xuantian landed on the 3rd continent. The gravity it bears is 300 times. The 4 were stunned. This is the monster. At this moment, Lu Xuantian, who is located in the 3rd continent, found that the number of alien beasts in the 3rd continent is even less. But he didn't stop, but kept going. Over time, his physical fitness is also changing. Attribute points increase wildly. At this moment, Lu Xuantian has reached the 1st step on the 4th floor. He glanced at his attribute panel. Name: Lu Xuantian. Occupation: Battle Tank Master. Level: Silver Tier 1. Strength: 483. Agility: 199. Spirit: 177. Stamina: 235. Exclusive skills: Ghost Back Fan Ma Physique Taijutsu Guy. After a few hours, his strength attribute increased by 12 per hour, constantly increasing. Basically doubled. And those students who were at the same time as him, the limit was only stopped at 200 times the gravity. But this is not his limit. Lu Xuantian still remembered what Yi Hongfei said. As long as the basic attributes are high, you will get additional attribute points for future upgrades. That is increased based on the base attribute. For example, the basic attribute of the first person is 100 points, and the basic attribute of the second person is 10 points. If the basic attribute is increased by 1/10, then the first person will increase by 10 points at once, and the second person will increase by 1 point. Over time, each other's awareness will become greater and greater. The strength will also be different. So Lu Xuantian moved on. And there are more people climbing the 4th floor. Most of them were students from the warrior department in the previous year. Their level is no longer silver level 1. After all, everyone has a limit, and it is impossible to increase attribute points without limit. As time goes by, the attribute points obtained will decrease accordingly. 300 times the pressure also made it difficult for Lu Xuantian. But he still kept walking. 5 hours later, Lu Xuantian arrived at the 350th floor. There have been many old students here. They all looked at Lu Xuantian in surprise. "Newborn, brother, am I right? I know who this is. He is the first person in the freshman assessment this year, crushing everyone. It's really a monster, but at most it's only here, and you have to upgrade your level first." At this moment, traces of sweat were already appearing on Lu Xuantian's forehead. Clearly he's at his limit. Don't forget, though, Lu Xuantian's physique is not ordinary. The stronger the pressure, the faster his physique will deteriorate. Ghost back. Only Lu Xuantian let out a low shout. Muscles all over the body are cohesive, even through the clothes. The oppressive feeling of tearing the clothes. Hiss, what is he going to do? It looks like there is a human face behind him. All the old students looked at Lu Xuantian in disbelief. But he saw Lu Xuantian's muscles extruding a human-like pattern. What they don't know is, Lu Xuantian is cheating. Moment. His physical strength increased tenfold. During Satsuna, he felt all gravity disappear. Same as normal. Immediately afterwards, Lu Xuantian did not hesitate, and continued to run towards the 3rd continent. Others take 1 step at a time. And he ran 1 meter at a time. Just let the old students around you look dumbfounded. I was speechless for a long time. 160 floors. 170 floors. 180 floors. Until the 199th floor, Lu Xuantian saw a familiar figure again. Senior Sister Miaotong, what a coincidence. Ouyang Miaotong was taken aback for a moment, then looked at Lu Xuantian in shock. Don't you feel gravity? For a while, Ouyang Miaotong was speechless. You know, she is afraid that it will take a year to get here. But it took Lu Xuantian 2 days to arrive. Feel it, but I can still take it. As he said that, Lu Xuantian kicked him on the third continent, 1 step faster than Ouyang Miaotong. The third layer is the gravity that only gold-level professionals can bear. However, the third continent is the gravity that only gold-level professionals can bear. Although there are few alien beasts in the third continent, there are also many. Lu Xuantian looked at a strange beast in the distance. Alien beast. Flame tiger. Level. Gold tier 3. Strength. 226. Agility. 131. Spirit. 205. Stamina. 138. Skill. Crit gun. Spray a flame from the mouth, which has a chance to put the enemy in a burning state. Flame kick. Quickly kick towards the enemy, causing flame damage to the enemy. The 4 attributes of the yellow level beast have soared to 100 points. Among them, the strength and spirit attributes have reached 200 points. After all, this is a dungeon world for training strength specialization. But compared with Lu Xuantian's attributes, there is no comparison. At that time, Lu Xuantian's strength attribute had already exceeded 500 points. And it continues to strengthen over time. At this time, Lu Xuantian looked at the steps on the 4th floor, he should still be able to climb them. Immediately, avoid the gold level beast and continue on. And what he didn't know was, in Qingzhou University, the discussion about him is getting louder and louder. Qingzhou University campus wall. An article titled, "The Strongest Freshman Reached the Third Continent in Only 1 Day." Post quickly appeared on the campus hot search. Immediately, a large number of people gathered to watch. Originally, this was an old student who wanted to shoot a short video of this year's freshman challenging Gravity Mountain, but the first 3 days were pretty normal. Only 4 top students are far ahead. But on the 4th day, a freshman surpassed all freshmen in just a few hours, and quickly climbed to the top of the third continent. This is endless. That freshman even surpassed a large number of old students and continued to climb the ladder of the 4th continent. That's 400 times the gravity. The most important thing is that he is the first rank of silver. Since Gravity Mountain moved to Qingzhou University, nothing like this has happened. At this time, the steps on the third continent. With the support of the ghost back, Lu Xuantian made difficult progress step by step. This is already his limit. Not even a ghost back can sustain it. After all, this is mortal flesh and blood. Finally, after 5 disappearances, Lu Xuantian has come to the 4th continent. 500 times the pressure made him lie directly on the ground and breathe heavily. But Lu Xuantian laughed. As time goes by, attribute points are also increasing. After about 5 hours, Lu Xuantian felt much more relaxed. He can already adapt to 500 times the gravity. When he adapts, the number of attribute points increases also decreases a lot. In the end, it will no longer increase. But he has earned it. Lu Xuantian looked at his panel. Name, Lu Xuantian. Occupation, Battle Tank Master. Level, Silver Tier 1. Strength, 783. Agility, 334. Spirit, 317. Stamina, 365. Exclusive skills, Ghost Back Fan Ma Physique Taijutsu Guy. The strength has skyrocketed to 700 points, and an ordinary punch is equivalent to more than 3 punches in the past. Lu Xuantian was very satisfied. This is his limit, and he can't continue to climb up. Moreover, the level of alien beasts in the next continent is platinum level. He couldn't guarantee that his level would be able to kill a beast of that level. Afterwards, Lu Xuantian returned to the first continent, and he wanted to obtain the 10 heavy strength skill book. Soon, he locked a group of strange beasts. Then rushed over directly. A silver rank beast that knocked it flying with a single punch and had 100 points more strength was no match for Lu Xuantian at all. Just a moment, Lu Xuantian killed dozens of strange beasts, but still no skill book was released. Instead, some strength potions that increase strength burst out. He was not polite, he just drank and wrote it down. Talking is better than nothing. After fighting for a long time, he realized that he was strong but not lucky. So he set his sights on the silver 5-tier elite beast. Alien beast. Red-capped dragon. Level. Silver tier 5 elite. Strength. 169. Agility. 148. Spirit. 108. Stamina. 109. Skill. Dragon Claw Assault. Use the Dragon Claw to exert its own powerful power and cause huge damage to the enemy. Sandstorm. Spread your wings to cause a sandstorm to drown the enemy and make the enemy fearful. Although the elite beasts are strong, they are not enough for Lu Xuantian. Easily crushed. Finally, after killing an unknown number of strange beasts, Lu Xuantian obtained a 10 strength exercise as he wished. Study. Immediately, Lu Xuantian immediately learned the skill. There is one more skill in the skill bar. 10 heavy strength exercise 10 times the strength of your own basic strength. It is equivalent to 10 times the power of a punch, and it is still in the case of turning on the ghost back. This energy is similar to that of a ghost back. But this is only the lowest level, and there are even stronger 20 weight strengths going up. Then came the second continent. The levels of the alien beasts here are basically between the 5th and 10th levels of silver, and they are all extremely fierce. When it came to the second floor, there was a rhinoceros-like beast that crazily rushed towards Lu Xuantian. Even if he wasn't afraid before, not to mention the surge in strength now, these strange beasts are no match for him at all. 10 weights. Immediately, Lu Xuantian slapped out with a palm, and 10 times the power surged out, knocking the beast into the air in just an instant. Burst on the spot. Feel the power of a palm. He himself was shocked. However, this can only be regarded as a skill. Although it is not infinitely usable, it is also quite good. When used as a backhand, it suddenly explodes. He is looking forward to 20 heavy energy. Immediately, they fought with the strange beast. I don't know how long it has passed, but Lu Xuantian's level has increased. Successfully stepped into the second level of silver. Ding! Congratulations on upgrading the host level and getting a small gift bag. Qi Refining Pill. The essence of heaven and earth, the brilliance of the sun and the moon, turns essence into qi, and refines qi into pill. After taking it, strength plus 200, spirit plus 200. After seeing the gift package information, Lu Xuantian was surprised. Now every time you level up, you can get a small gift bag, and it is the kind of reward attribute, adding 200 points at a time. This is much easier than him climbing so high to obtain attributes. It seems that there is no limit. Lu Xuantian guessed in his heart, as long as I continue to upgrade, can I always get rewards from the system and increase attribute points. It turns out that this is the 2.0 system. Then, Lu Xuantian also became happy. Worthy of being the god of physique system, constantly increasing attribute points, and in the future, every punch and leg of my own can burst out powerful damage. Immediately, I became more excited. Now I am only at the second level of silver, and my strength attribute has approached 1,000 points, which can be regarded as laying a good foundation for myself. I will only get stronger and stronger in the future. Afterwards, he continued to kill strange beasts, wanting to obtain a skill book with 20 heavy strengths, but the explosion rate of the skill book was too low, otherwise no one would buy it at such a high price. After killing the strange beast for a while, the skill book has not yet been released. So, Lu Xuantian decided to go back first. After several days of fighting, his body was dirty. Go back and rest for a while, and then decide to go to the other 3 functional copies to see if you can improve other attributes. After all, who could resist being a quad fighter? Lu Xuantian drove from the second Big Luli, all the way down, and soon came to the first continent, and went straight through the continent. Just as he was about to go down, 2 familiar voices suddenly came. Lu Xuantian, Lu Xuantian. When Lu Xuantian turned his head to look, he realized that it was He Danqi and Lin Wenwen. What a coincidence, you also come to the gravity dungeon to exercise your strength. Lu Xuantian looked at the 2 girls curiously. He Danqi rolled his eyes. You still have the nerve to say that we have been looking for you in the auxiliary academy for a long time, but we heard that you were transferred to the martial arts academy. When we were looking for it, we heard that you were climbing on Gravity Mountain, and you were also on the campus network of Qingzhou University. You don't know how popular you are among the freshmen now. He Danchi said angrily. I do not know how. Lu Xuantian looked dazed. He has been in the gravity dungeon for the past few days, and he doesn't know what's going on outside. Lu Xuantian, who happened to meet He Danchi and Lin Wenwen, looked innocent. During this period of time, he has been improving his own attributes, and then climbed the mountain of gravity, not caring about the outside world. By the way, what do you want from me? Lu Xuantian asked curiously. Of course I want to reward you for the first place. He Danchi said speechlessly. I feel like you have forgotten about it. This time the academy has 3 rewards, which have already been distributed. Let's see what rewards you want. With that said, He Danchi took out a skill book and a piece of equipment. A silver rank long sword and a skill book of battle chi armor. As for the last reward, it is naturally 5 million dragon coins. After thinking about it, Lu Xuantian said, these 2 rewards are useless to me. Why don't you give me 5 million dragon coins? I just plan to buy some props. You don't want this skill book. This is a good thing, and it suits your profession. Lin Wenwen said in surprise. But Lu Xuantian shook his head. Blindly defending will lose the fun of fighting. I don't need to defend. What I want to do now is to improve my own attributes. Lu Xuantian didn't intend to use defensive skills, just his current strength. It can only be the turn of others to defend, provided that others can block it. Alright then, since you want dragon coins, I'll give you dragon coins. In the end, He Danchi agreed. After all, Lu Xuantian made the choice herself, and she has no right to change it. Just do it. He Danchi directly transferred 5 million dragon coins to Lu Xuantian. Okay, I've turned it over for you. Yeah, Lu Xuantian nodded and continued. You guys just came here today, are you also planning to challenge Gravity Mountain? Lin Wenwen said. Sure, our genius Lu Da has climbed to the 3rd layer of land, we can't fall behind. We have cleared the 2nd layer of the Echo Ruins in the past few days. That is our limit, so we want to improve our own strength. There are a total of 4 functional dungeons in Qingzhou College, among which the Relic of Turning Around is a dungeon for improving spiritual power. Suitable for professional mages. Echo Ruins. Lu Xuantian murmured. I just want to improve my spiritual power. With a firm mind, he looked at Lin Wenwen and He Danchi and continued. Then you guys exercise here, I plan to exercise elsewhere. After saying goodbye to the 2 girls, he went back to the dormitory of the villa first, and took a comfortable bath. Then opened the shopping mall of He's Chamber of Commerce. Although Qingzhou University also has a shopping mall, it is not as good as the benefits brought by the gold card. He lacks a piece of equipment now, but he saw that most of the silver level equipment in the mall is 5 million 3 billion level. Even if he buys it now, he can only buy some low-grade equipment. Not as good as the explosive glove in his hand. Then Lu Xuantian decided to buy some props that can enhance his attributes. For example, Dolly Pill, Hawkzu Powder, Wind Breath and other props that increase attributes. Anyway, these props have no side effects, who dislikes many attributes. In a short while, the 10 million dragon coins were all spent. At the same time, the attributes have also increased a lot. After resting in the villa for one night, Lu Xuantian went to the 2nd function copy of Qingzhou University the next day, and decided to upgrade all 4 attributes. A copy of the Echo Relic. This is a copy of Qingzhou University that specializes in cultivating spiritual attributes. The Echo Ruins is a huge square, divided into 10 layers from the outside to the inside. The closer to the inside, the heavier the echoes it bears, which have an effect on spiritual strengthening. When Lu Xuantian came, he saw that many freshmen began to come to the function copy to exercise. But they stayed on the outermost layer, putting their hands over their ears and enduring it. The spiritual attribute is not as easy to cultivate as the strength attribute. Everyone can only exercise step by step. Excessive exercise will directly become a fool, and the mind will be overwhelmed by the echo. However, Lu Xuantian didn't care, although the echo on the 1st floor was very loud, but for someone with absolute will like him. Still bearable. In this way, Lu Xuantian approached the Echo Ruins all the way. Every time you take a step, you will face different echoes. From the outermost layer to the inner layer, there is a total of 100 meters. Lu Xuantian calmly walked through the 1st floor, past many freshmen, and went to the 2nd floor. The intensity of the second layer of echo increases, a bit like howling ghosts and wolves. The scalp of those who listened was numb. Even Lu Xuantian frowned. The second floor is the limit of the silver level. Here he found that many new students are stagnant. And there are very few freshmen who can go to the third floor gold level. I saw that Lu Xuantian was still striding forward without stopping, but as he moved forward, the veins on Lu Xuantian's forehead were also exposed. The sound of howling ghosts and howling wolves was painful. In the end, when he reached the third floor, Lu Xuantian stopped. He first adapted to the mental pressure, and then moved on, stepping into the gold level. This time, his progress was obviously slow. He only walked 10 meters in an hour, but he still gritted his teeth and moved forward. When he was one step away from the fourth floor, Lu Xuantian stopped. This is his limit, and he can't move on. He simply sat cross-legged on the spot, bearing the sound of howling ghosts and wolves from the echo ruins. And in the back, all the freshmen looked at Lu Xuantian's back like a ghost. It took them a week to stand on the second floor of the echo ruins, and the other party had already walked between the third and fourth floors. There were exclamations, comments, and doubts from behind, but Lu Xuantian ignored them. Still sitting quietly in place, the attribute points are constantly increasing as time goes by. Finally, after an unknown amount of time, Lu Xuantian was able to adapt. He tried it, and was a bit reluctant to enter the fourth floor. Immediately left the echo ruins, and the limit of those newborns was only the second floor, and none of them even broke into the third floor. When they saw Lu Xuantian, nearly 1,000 freshmen present were dumbfounded. Many recognized Lu Xuantian and felt admiration from the bottom of their hearts. What a ruthless person. Lu Xuantian gave them the feeling that they could get out of bed and go home by themselves after going to the operating table without anesthesia. Next, Lu Xuantian went to another 2 feature copies. In the copy of Wave Cliff, monstrous waves hit the body to exercise endurance strength. In the instance of Hurricane Canyon, run against the wind to improve your reaction and agility. In 1 month, Lu Xuantian directly cleared the 4 functional dungeons, and all his own attributes broke 1,000 points. Others can only get 200-300 attribute points at most because of their physical strength. At this moment, Lu Xuantian's attributes can be said to be full, and after the attribute is improved, the next step is to upgrade the level. Lu Xuantian came to the border town of Daxia. In addition to the dungeon beasts in Daxia, there is also an endless wilderness outside Daxia, which is not Daxia's territory. Countless strange beasts galloped wantonly, causing beast tides and cholera from time to time. However, in order to prevent the border from being attacked by alien beasts, the Great Wall of millions of miles was erected and successfully blocked the alien beasts. This is also due to the powerful professionals who can move mountains and fill seas by one person, and the efficiency is much faster. At the same time, there are many hunters here, who often go deep into the wilderness to hunt strange animals, explore secret places, and so on. To a certain extent, the possibility of forming a beast tide within 100 miles is reduced. Lu Xuantian is here to improve his own level and hit a higher level. When he walked out of the city, he saw teams of professionals, large and small, shouting, asking for help to form a team. The Redstone Guild is going to challenge the Silver Secret Realm of Quang Mountain. Is there a team of mage professionals above Silver Level 5? Our wind chasing team is going to form a team to go to the Rocky Plain to challenge the Quangshan Secret Realm. Is there anyone? When Lu Xuantian first entered the town, many people were shouting to form a team. After wandering around the town, he inquired about a recent incident in the Endless Wilderness. It turns out that there is a silver mystery in the Endless Wilderness, which is about to be opened. Many people are forming a team to attack the Silver Secret Realm. Quote, Lu Zan suddenly became interested. Silver Secret Realm, is it true or not? I didn't expect such a good thing to happen to me when I first came here. After inquiring, he knew it was true. Dungeons and secret realms in the wilderness are most likely to appear. A Silver Secret Realm appeared yesterday, and it is expected to be opened tomorrow if it is obtained today. However, there are very few secret realms and dungeons in China. There are only so many colleges and universities in Daxia, and only the 7 sons of Daxia have functional copies, and the top 7 universities have them. During the scouting period, many people wanted to invite Lu Xuantian to join, and they could bring him to upgrade together. But he just wanted to inquire about some news and direct the kindness of others. After all, he doesn't need someone else to take him, let alone a silver-level beast. Even a gold-level beast is no match for him. The gate of Byonggang City is the gate of the Great Wall. Each one is 50 meters high, only as high as the city wall. At this time, crowds of people came in and out. Lu Xuantian has also come outside the city. The outside world is an endless wilderness, mountains, rivers, and forests. However, within 100 miles of the city wall, all of them are humans, because the vicinity has been cleaned up. If you want to hunt, you have to hunt hundreds of miles away. Lu Xuantian first inquired around, and bought a map, marking the approximate distribution of alien beasts. At the same time, Lu Xuantian also found out that there is indeed a silver secret realm in Shanxi Plain, but it has not been opened yet. This also caused countless people to go. Because, when the secondary secret realm was opened for the first time, the explosion rate of various resources in it was very high, and most of the secret realms were one-off. Rifts are different from dungeons. This opportunity is rare. Many professionals have already formed a team to go. It is more than 150 kilometers away from Byonggang City, and most people take various means of transportation. Lu Xuantian bought some dry food and took a bus with the big team to the rocky plain. Suddenly, Lu Xuantian noticed a group of figures not far away, and they did not take a car or other means of transportation. The three of them were sitting on yellow leopards and running. There were exclamations from passengers around. Those are sun leopards from Shanghai Metropolitan University, a group of rich people. No way, there are copies of sun leopards in other universities, and there are powerful beast masters to tame these sun leopards. It's so handsome. It's faster than a car. I wish I had one. Dream on you, let's forget about ordinary people like us. Lu Xuantian also probably understood. It turned out that students from Shanghai Metropolitan University came out to practice. This is their school's unique mount, just like Qingzhou University's unique copy of the Heavy Mountain, each with its own characteristics. After several hours, the bus finally arrived at the rocky plain. Because there were too many rocks, we had to walk forward. Lu Xuantian didn't continue to follow the large group, but left in a flash. The speed is more than twice as fast as others. Who is that kid? Pretend to be a pig and eat a tiger. I just opened the traffic with him. Soon, Lu Xuantian came to the entrance of the secret realm. There is no need to look for it here, because tens of thousands of professionals surround the entrance of this secret realm, and there is no need to look at the map at all. Isn't it? Lu Xuantian looked at the people at the entrance of the secret realm speechlessly. How do so many people share experience? Immediately, he came to the entrance of the secret realm, and there was a brief introduction of information at the entrance of the secret realm. Guangshan Secret Realm, Silver Level. Requirements: Silver Level professionals to enter, no number required. Secret Realm Boss, Boulder Luo Yin. Reward for killing: you must get a piece of silver level equipment, and you have a chance to get weapon runestones, forging stones, skill books, strengthening scrolls and other rewards. Hey, there are quite a lot of rewards that can be revealed. Lu Xuantian looked at the introduction of the secret realm, a little surprised. The number of people is not required, no wonder so many people come. At this moment, there was a commotion in the crowd. Look, those three riding sun leopards are students from Modu University. What a fuss, look at the Zilling College student over there wearing the Zilling school uniform. Haha, this time the secret realm is opened, the students who had been practicing in other places have come to join in the fun. In the crowd, those in school uniforms were calm and at ease. They are the students of Daxia Kizi, and their strength is not comparable to this group of low-level professionals. Their attributes alone are enough to crush them. Daxia has a consensus. The 7 sons of Daxia are equivalent to 7 super-huge professional forces. Although the number is small, each of them is powerful. Because their basic attributes are off the charts. Surpass most people. This moment, outside the Silver Secret, countless people are waiting for the secret realm to open. As the Silver Secret realm gradually stabilized, more and more people became excited. Because there was no exact time, many people set up tents on the rocky wasteland and waited quietly. Finally, after more than 10 hours, a weak energy spread out, instantly awakening everyone nearby. At this time, Lu Xuantian, who was resting on a rock, also looked up, and saw the portal of the secret realm turning slowly. Haha, the secret realm has finally opened. Silver Mystery Realm, there must be something good in it, brothers, rush for me later. The secret realm is about to open, hurry up and notify the guild. Quote. There was a commotion in the crowd. Standing on the rock, Lu Xuantian could already see that the teleportation portal had opened. In a blink, he had already disappeared in place, rushing towards the secret territory. The surrounding professionals only felt a gust of wind blowing. All go, someone went first. Quick, hurry up and catch up. A large number of people flocked in, and the number of people was also rapidly decreasing. Behind the crowd, the 3 people from the Demon Capital Academy riding the Sun Leopard, 2 men and 1 woman, also saw the first person who rushed into the secret realm for the first time. That person looks familiar. The girl in the team hesitated. What happened to Qin Chu? Sun Jie asked suspiciously. The person who went in just now seems to be Lu Xuantian from Qingzhou University, that boy with a junior like a ghost. I'm not sure yet, let's take a look. Qin Chu expressed his guess. At this moment, another boy said, we'll know if we chase after him. Besides, I don't think he's that godlike. After all, the boy drove the Sun Leopard towards the secret territory. Bai Hengjian, wait for us. The 3 Sun Leopards rushed towards the secret realm at an absolute speed. It took about 10 minutes for everyone to enter the secret realm. But what they didn't know was that several people in black robes appeared outside the secret area, watching all the professionals enter coldly. Lu Xuantian has entered the secret territory. The familiar feeling of dizziness came to my heart. But it only recovered in a second. Lu Xuantian looked forward to endless barren mountains, most of which were desolate peaks that could not be seen at a glance. Suddenly, he found something was wrong. Those professionals didn't follow him in. But after hearing the voice of a professional from a distance, he realized that he was randomly teleporting at this time. But it doesn't matter to him, anyway, he didn't come in with a group. Slay monsters first to increase the level. If you can find the boss, kill it first. This is the goal of Lu Xuantian after he came in, to kill the boss. At this moment, there was a strange noise from the nearby bushes. Lu Xuantian dodged instinctively. Leave a stone in place. And his eyes looked at a blue creature that was integrated with the stone in the jungle. Randomly throw an identification technique. Alien beast. Petrified spiny lizard. Level. Tier 3 silver. Introduction. A sharp jungle killer, good at camouflage and throwing stones. It turned out to be the jungle killer. Leave strong whirlwind. The next moment, Lu Xuantian rushed towards the beast with lightning speed, and kicked it as soon as he went up, causing the beast and its foot to hit his chest. Bang! With the blessing of 1,000 points of strength, the body of the petrified spiny lizard was kicked and exploded on the spot, disintegrating in the air. And from the petrified spiny lizard, a white mist of experience rushed to him. Continue. The level of alien beasts here should be very high. I need to gain more experience. Lu Xuantian, who had experience once, knew that the explosion rate of alien beasts in the secret realm is high, and there are elite monsters with more experience. At this moment, Lu Xuantian stood on a mountaintop and looked into the distance. The secret realm is so big that you can't see the end at a glance, giving people a feeling of thousands of miles away. It seems that this is a super large secret realm. I guess there are many good things. As soon as the voice fell, Lu Xuantian's figure disappeared in place. Boom, 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 boom. There were constant sounds in the forest. I saw that every time a young man punched or raised a leg, he killed all the strange beasts. Without exception, no beast can withstand his punch. Kill a group of stone men in a row. Lu Xuantian gained a lot of experience and 3 pieces of 1,000-year-old cold iron, which can be used to make weapons and shields, and the value is not bad. These materials can make a lot of money. Afterwards, Lu Xuantian put it into a backpack and continued towards the barren hills. It was as if there were hundreds of thousands of mountains in the secret territory. Lu Xuantian kept killing strange beasts along the way, but he couldn't find the boss. During the period, I also met many other professionals, most of whom were wary of each other. 10 waits. Lu Xuantian aimed at a strange beast in front of him, punched it down, and exploded with 10 times the strength, instantly blowing it up. A 10th rank silver beast crashed to the ground, contributing a lot of experience to him. It also allowed Lu Xuantian to be successfully promoted to the 5th level of silver. It is already the 10th day since Lu Xuantian entered the secret realm to hunt. Only after beheading dozens of silver-ranked 10th rank beasts could he barely advance to the 5th rank silver. It's not so fast to continue to improve. He is also calling for the position of the boss these days, but the secret realm is so big that it is not so easy to find it. Suddenly, 2 figures ran quickly in front of Lu Xuantian, hurriedly running in one direction. It seems that I also heard the words found. When he realized it, the 2 professionals had already gone far away. Have you found the boss? Lu Xuantian guessed suspiciously. Konoha Instant Technique. This is an extremely fast physical technique. Like a space transformation, it is transferred to a faraway place in an instant. When Lu Xuantian appeared in front of those 2 people there. Who are you? Immediately, the 2 looked at Lu Xuantian vigilantly, and their right hands were already reaching for the weapon. Lu Xuantian didn't talk nonsense, and asked directly, I heard you said that you found it just now, what are you looking for? Is it the boss? The eyes of the 2 people changed, and when they were about to make a move, they found that the person in front of them was gone. Suddenly, a faint voice came from behind them. I think it's easy to kill you, so tell me directly, otherwise. Lu Xuantian put his hands on the 2 of them, which were as heavy as a mountain. The 2 of them were dripping with cold sweat instantly, and answered truthfully. Our guild has found the location of the boss, and is calling us to gather now, and there are others who have also found it. Lu Xuantian narrowed his eyes slightly. Sure enough, there are many people in strength, so it is convenient to find them. You take me with you. Quangshan's secret territory. Somewhere in the mountains. Here a rock giant more than 30 meters tall stands here. And around it, there are a large number of human beings, constantly gathering. Ask for support one by one. More humans are also gathering. Everyone is staring at the secret realm booze. The information of the secret boss is also presented in front of everyone. Secret Realm Boss Difficult Boulder Luo Yin. Level. Silver 10th rank. Strength. 3212. Agility. 2744. Spirit. 2689. Stamina. 3250. Skill. Rock Explosion. Summon rocks to bind the enemy, then detonate, causing huge damage. Bite. Inflict severe damage to the enemy, and may trigger a fear effect. Shocking Death Light. Send out a shocking death light from the one-eyed. After hitting the enemy, it will cause huge damage. If there is no death, the enemy will be restricted for 10 seconds. Introduction. A creature living in the barren Yamanaka evolved into a powerful creature by eating the essence of a stone, and a strong body symbolizes strength. Everyone was shocked by the power of booze. The attribute value exceeds 1,000 points. Suddenly, someone in the crowd shouted, "We can't wait any longer. The more people who wait, the less reward we get. The Tyrant Sword Guild will follow me." All of a sudden, on the side of Luo Yin, a guild, professionals from a guild rushed towards the boss. Immediately, other guilds and some idle personnel also rushed up. Crazy output to the boss. The meat shield resists in front, and the fighters attack from the side. At the same time, many mages are throwing various negative states towards booze in the rear, suppressing the attack and defense of booze, and then unleashing various powerful mage attacks. Boss is as tall as a 10-story building. Not afraid of no position output. At the back of the crowd, Lu Xuantian quietly watched the professional fight against booze. This was the first time he had seen such a large-scale battle. Have to say, these people, Su Ryan, are not in the same team, but they cooperate very well with each other, so they don't give booze a chance. The BOSS was consumed little by little. Although the battle was fierce, it really didn't do much damage to the boss. That hard rock is enough to block most of the powerless injuries. It is not so easy to kill booze, even if the mage casts a negative mage. At this rate, it will take several days anyway. This is different from what Lu Xuantian thought. So, Lu Xuantian asked a professional onlooker. "Brother, let me ask, this is my first time here. This kind of battle is going to be exhausted like this, won't it take several days to kill the boss?" The man glanced at Lu Xuantian, and kindly explained to Lu Xuantian. "This is normal. Generally, the dungeons and secret bosses that are opened for the first time in the wild are very strong. The boss we encountered this time has been beaten for almost a week. Last time, we encountered a fear-level dungeon with a huge wooden golem with pervert defense. It also took tens of thousands of people to kill it for a month. Lu Xuantian was slightly shocked when he heard this. Sure enough, the game is reflected in reality. The defense and strength of this boss are very high. For example, if a professional with 300 strength hits the boss, the final damage is only a few dozen points, but for the boss, it is not painful. After all, the current boss attribute has surpassed the gold level. It's the first time to open it again, but I don't agree to deal with it. Just when Lu Xuantian was thinking, there were exclamations on the battlefield. It turned out to be a student wearing the school uniform of Shanghai University of Magic. A long sword slashed heavily on Luo Yin's thigh, breaking a large rock. The damage caused by this blow was not small, and Luo Yin roared in pain. Many people were shocked. As expected of a high-achieving student from Zhongnan University, he caused a lot of damage to the boss with one blow. The 7 sons of Daxia are not bragging. Others have much higher attributes than us since they came out. With the help of these students, the faster this boss will die. Brothers, kill! At this moment, a red exclamation danger signal appeared on the panels of everyone present. Rock burst. Booz is about to release skills, all fighters retreat, and the boss where the mage releases skills. In an instant, all the shield fighters and fighter professionals who were resisting in front retreated one after another. I saw that the giant stone Luo Yin summoned a large number of falling rocks, falling in all directions around him. Next moment, those implementations exploded in an instant. Make a huge impact. It's like a quick-fired bullet. Fortunately, all the human shields raised their shields, and the mage also released a defensive mask to protect everyone. When the implementation dissipates, everyone rushed up again. It's too slow. Lu Xuantian saw everyone in the back, hurt like scraping, and couldn't wait. Now there are at least a few thousand people here, and it takes that long to kill a boss. What a waste of time, what a waste of life. The next moment, Lu Xuantian leapt high and appeared above everyone, full of fighting spirit, and at the same time, there was an air flow visible to the naked eye. Pinky attack. Immediately, Lu Xuantian turned into a javelin that shot obliquely, and kicked straight at the boulder Luo Yin's calf. The boulder Luo Yin was more than 30 meters high, and his calf was several meters away. During Setsuna, a figure passed over the warrior's head, kicking Luo Yin's calf off the boulder, causing countless boulders to roll down. Seeing this, a large number of soldiers retreated one after another. But at this time, Jushi Luo Ying was unstable and threw towards the crowd below. If he hit, many soldiers might die on the spot. Even if there is a priest, it is impossible to help this situation much. For a moment, all the fighters and meat shields under the boss were in despair. Things happened so fast that they didn't even have time to react, and countless hazes enveloped them. However, suddenly a figure burst into the air. Many people recognized that it was this person who kicked the boulder Luo Yin's calf to the boss. At this time, Lu Xuantian was also under the boulder Luo Yin, but he didn't panic. Suddenly, a blue light appeared on his right foot, attached to it. Lu Xuantian narrowed his eyes slightly. Looking coldly at the boulder Luo Yin who was falling to the ground, the corners of his mouth twitched slightly. Slowly spit out a word from his mouth. Exciting. With the voice, the blue light on the feet soared. It was the chakra in Lu Xuantian's body. When you get Gai's inheritance, you also get the way to use chakra to condense the energy in your body to form the chakra energy that controls your body. Lu Xuantian's eyes burst out with unprecedented light. Konoba Vajra Power Whirlwind. The voice fell. Kick. Kick it out. Heaven and earth. Discoloration. Lu Xuantian's eyes were calm, not afraid of the big guy in front of him at all. Turning around as a roundhouse kick. The blue light enveloped Lu Xuantian. At this moment, all eyes were attracted by Lu Xuantian. I saw that Lu Xuantian kicked out the moment the boulder Luo Yin fell down. During Setsuna, the violent power slanted out crazily, kicking the giant from the right foot. This is an enhanced version of Konoha Vajra Power Whirlwind, with a surge in power. Boom. Suddenly, there was a loud noise, and a kick containing a powerful blow instantly kicked the huge stone Luo Yin into the air, and smashed it heavily to the ground. Boom. The earth is trembling. Huge boss, where the chest, the calf, a large number of stones shattered. For a while, all professionals were stunned. Who is this guy who popped up out of nowhere? On a nearby hill, standing are three magicians. Qin Chu looked at the scene where Lu Xuantian kicked the boulder Luo Yin away with a look of shock. This guy is really Lu Xuantian from Qingzhou University. I've seen pictures of him fighting in the fighting arena, but isn't this kind of power too terrifying? The two teammates on the side before this remark were shocked. It's really that man, but how does he have such a powerful force? Bai Hengzhan had an unbelievable expression on his face. The other party also went up to fight just now. The first battle caused a lot of injuries to the boss. But this damage is not achieved in this way. You know, he and Lu Xuantian attacked the same position just now, but he just chopped off the boss's calf, while the opponent directly kicked it off. Bai Hengzhan looked at Lu Xuantian seriously for the first time. This is a formidable opponent. At this time, although Luo Yin, the giant stone, suffered huge damage, he did not die. I saw that after the boulder Luo Yin roared, countless stones flew towards his body under the ground to fill his injured place. Seeing this, many experienced professionals exclaimed, "Everyone, let's fight together, the boss is recovering, we can't let him succeed." Immediately, many professionals were ready to fight. But suddenly, everyone once again felt the danger signal like a red exclamation mark. Booz is going to use skills again, everyone retreat quickly. Fortunately, we haven't advanced very far, and everyone is hiding behind the nearby rocks. Death light impact. From the one eye of the giant stone Luo Yin, a white-gray death light burst out. Shoot Lu Xuantian. This is the one with the highest hatred value, but Lu Xuantian has long been vigilant. In an instant, he hid behind the boulder Luo Yin, and the boulder Luo Yin could easily attack other professionals within sight. Boom. The impact of the death light is like an enhanced version of the laser, flattening the surrounding hills. Many professionals used their skills or raised their defensive equipment to resist the attack of the boulder Luo Yin, but the death impact was incomparably strengthened. Even if you can bear it, you will be limited to 10 seconds in the same place. For a moment, all the professionals frantically retreated to the rear, not daring to stay where they were. Konoha bad rock rise. At this moment, a low shout came. Then there was a muffled sound. It turned out that it was Lu Xuantian who was hiding behind the boulder Luo Yin, and directly burst out a powerful elbow, hitting the boulder Luo Yin's knee joint. Broken the boulder Luo Yin's calf again, causing the opponent to lose support and kneel on one knee. 10 weights. Lu Xuantian didn't stop attacking, and continued to bombard the boulder Luo Yin. For a while, the stones belonging to the boulder Luo Yin kept falling. After that, he continued to attack the boulder Luo Yin with punches and legs. The violent force keeps bombarding. The pyroblast gauntlet in his hand also had a passive effect. Bursts of flames burst into terrifying explosions, causing huge damage to the boulder Luo Yinjiao, and each blow splattered the flesh and blood under the stone. The boss at this time is a living target, allowing Lu Xuantian to attack. Attack for 5 minutes. Finally, Lu Xuantian headshot the boulder Luo Yin with one punch, beheading him. At the same time, a burst of white light shone on Lu Xuantian's body. After beheading the 10th level silver beast, Lu Xuantian's level was also raised from the 5th level silver level to the 6th level silver level. Lu Xuantian exhaled heavily. He was steaming all over. He lamented in his heart that he deserved to be a hard-level boss. It took him 5 minutes to kill them with full output, and it took at least a week to kill these people. At this moment, someone around exclaimed, "Booz seems to have exploded the equipment." Immediately, everyone looked at the boss and there were 2 groups of white lights, one of which was equipment. "I want this reward." Suddenly, an assassin rushed quickly, trying to steal the reward. But someone got there first. Konoha instant technique. Lu Xuantian didn't even look at it, and first put the 2 pieces of equipment away and put them in his backpack. Immediately afterwards, he cast his skills again, and when he appeared, he had already come to the top of a distant mountain. Everyone was taken aback, shocked. I didn't expect Lu Xuantian to fight for so long and still have such a fast speed. Those who originally wanted to take advantage of the fire gave up this plan. And many people are surprised who Lu Xuantian is. Most have never seen it. Soon, There were people from Qingzhou University in the crowd who recognized Lu Xuantian. He is the strongest freshman of our Qingzhou University. Many students of Qingzhou University told the story of Lu Xuantian. Hearing Lu Xuantian's powerful record, some ordinary professionals were shocked. What kind of evildoer did Qingzhou University recruit? Thousands of them hacked the boss for an hour without killing it, while others only took 5 minutes. To pervert. And as the boss was killed, the secret realm can also be considered a customs clearance. However, in general, secret realms will not send people out directly, but will leave some time for professionals to collect resources. Of course, it can also be sent directly. Suddenly, there were surprise sounds from many hilltops. Strange, isn't the boss already dead? Why can't it be sent out? Mine too. Can't you too? This is the first time I have seen this situation, and the challenge of the secret realm cannot be sent out after a successful challenge. More and more people are discovering the problem. Lu Xuantian tried to leave the secret realm, but the panel showed that he could not teleport. Just when everyone was wondering, a cold voice came. You have no chance to go out. I saw a few people wearing black hoods emerging from a mountaintop, and the voice came from their mouths. What did you say? Someone asked immediately. A man in black standing at the front suddenly let out an evil laugh. Jihieji. This is a great gift prepared by our extremely dark sect for Daxia. There are many students of the 7 great Shahs here, at least 2,000 of them. This secret realm is a trap specially designed for you. Enjoy the rest of the time. As soon as the words fell, a portal appeared next to the extremely dark sect. A few people from the extremely dark cult directly entered and left the secret territory. At this time, someone shouted in horror, I know who they are. They are the black and evil organization wanted by Daxia, the extremely dark sect. This turned out to be a trap they set. Don't wait for him to finish. Sudden mutation. The secret realm was shrouded in a layer of red and black light, and a breath from the abyss burst out. At this moment, everyone looked in all directions in panic. The world seems to have changed color. And at this moment, the voice of the secret realm came. Quangshan Secret Realm. Silver level, Nightmare level. Number of participants. Everyone in the secret realm. Recommended level. Gold level. Secret clearance condition. Kill Abyss Luo Yin within 1 month, 0/1. Reward for killing. You must get a piece of silver level equipment, and you have a chance to get weapon runestones, forging stones, skill books, strengthening scrolls and other rewards. Introduction. Originally the giant stone Luo Yin died, and the secret realm should end, but the huge stone Luo Yin accidentally discovered the devil crystal from the abyss world in the barren mountain crystal mine. This seems to have been dropped here on purpose. With the death of Boulder Luo Yin, the demon crystal was successfully activated, making Boulder Luo Yin evolve and become Abyss Luo Yin. His defense and strength have grown terrifyingly, and he has stone and demon attributes at the same time. Tip. Countdown time. 29 days and 23 hours. Failure penalty. Obliterate everyone. When seeing this information, everyone was stunned by Flax. The secret realm has been upgraded from the difficulty level to the nightmare level. Is this preparing them to face the terrifying gold rank boss? Moreover, the boss must be killed within a month, otherwise he will be obliterated. And at this moment, on the battlefield, the body of Luo Yin, who was originally dead, also undergoes changes visible to the naked eye. The original gray-red stone surface has now turned that red. At the same time, there are a pair of black bat wings behind it, and its body is also expanding wildly to a height of 50 meters. Although it is still the same one, there have been obvious changes in its momentum and strength. Become stronger and taller. Lu Xuantian directly through an identification technique. Secret Realm Boss Nightmare Abyss Luo Yin. Grade. Strength. Agile. Spirit. Endurance. Not only Lu Xuantian alone, but also many people were unable to see the information of Abyss Luo Yin. They can only see one name. And the panel also gives prompts. The identification technique is too low, unable to check the attributes. Is this boss level so high? The identification technique limit has exceeded the limit of what we can see. Is there any master? Take a look. I saw it. The level of this boss is the 10th level of the yellow level, but I can't see the attributes of the boss. My identification technique can only see the level. All professionals are shocked. This Abyss Luo Yin was beyond their strength, and they couldn't even check the information. Roar! Suddenly, Abyss Luo Yin roared. The sound of rage, sweeping through all. A dizzy feeling. You are attacked by Luo Yin from the abyss, cursed by darkness, and fall into a state of chaos. The longer the time, the longer you will be in chaos. At this time, everyone reacted. It turned out to be the level of the boss. The strengthened Abyss Luo Yin is much stronger than the previous Boulder Luo Yin. Everyone retreat. Mage, hurry up and release the status for us. The boss is attacking, let's retreat quickly. Ah, help me. My head hurts. For a moment, all the professionals on the scene fell into chaos. Most of them are distributed in all directions. No one dared to go up and fight Abyss Luo Yin. I can't even see the attributes and want to fight, I'm afraid I'm courting death. Lu Xuantian didn't listen in place either, but retreated to the other side. He didn't stop until he ran 5 kilometers. Standing on the top of the hill, you can still see the abyss as high as 50 meters in the distance. Luo Yin is chasing other professionals, and the ground shakes every time he takes a step. At this time, Lu Xuantian saw 3 people approaching him not far away. It was actually 3 people from Shanghai University. Lu Xuantian. Qin Chu was the first to greet Lu Xuantian. But Lu Xuantian didn't know this girl, and he didn't even communicate with her. My name is Qin Chu, from Shanghai University, and this one is my classmate, Bai Hengjian and Sun Jie. On the left of Qin Chu is a white sword with a long sword, and on the right is a boy with a saber. They are sitting on the sun leopard and nodding to Lu Xuantian, they know each other. Lu Xuantian also nodded in response, then looked at Qin Chu and asked, "What can you do with me?" "Did you also see the extremely dark sect just now? That is an evil organization that has been destroying monsters in Daxia, and this time it is eyeing us. We have to stick together, or we'll all be screwed in a month's time." Qin Chu's future goals were all revealed. They communicated with other college students just now, and they must be promoted to the 10th silver level within a month, and then join forces to defeat the boss. So that's how it is. Lu Xuantian understood in his heart. "So, you want me to deal with this big guy together in a month?" Lu Xuantian asked lightly. 20 days later, we want you to fight the boss together. During this period, everyone must raise their level. Bai Hengjian on the side emphasized. To put it simply, let's kill all the minions first, and then jointly kill the boss. Lu Xuantian smiled and said, "That's no problem. Even if you don't tell me, I will still kill the boss in 20 days. If you're alright, then I'll go hunt the beasts, and then I'll naturally go hunt the boss, after all, I'm going out too." Seeing Lu Xuantian's understatement, Qin Chu froze for a moment. She felt that Lu Xuantian was not worried at all. You must know that in a month, if the beast is not killed, everyone will be finished. Aren't you worried, Lu Xuantian? Even if you can kill a silver level boss, you can't kill a gold level boss. We must take this opportunity to upgrade quickly, and the final main force still depends on us. Those ordinary professionals have too low attributes to be unreliable. If we don't work hard, we will all die here in a month. Qin Chu emphasized again. Lu Xuantian naturally knew. After all, the students from the 7 Sons of Great Sha are powerful. Similar to that kind of Krypton Gold player. As long as the equipment attributes are good, no matter how high the other people's level is, they can't beat them. But in terms of real strength, who is better than him? Krypton Gold has always been cool. It doesn't matter, besides, I don't think I will die in this place. Lu Xuantian smiled calmly. If there's nothing else, I'm going to kill monsters. The voice just fell. He disappeared in place, and when he reappeared, he was already in the distant woods. Doesn't this guy have any sense of crisis? Qin Chu said angrily. Bai Hengjian and Sun Jie also frowned as they watched Lu Xuantian leave. Chapter 31. In a mountain range, a figure punched a powerful punch directly through a strange beast. Bang! This rhinoceros-like beast fell to the ground and made a dull sound. A silver-ranked 10th level strange beast had no ability to resist in front of Lu Xuantian. Around him, a large number of strange beasts were all lying on the ground, and they had already lost their breath. After 25 days of hunting, he hunted a large number of 10th level silver beasts, and his level was finally raised to the 9th level silver. It is not so easy to increase the level by fighting. During the period, he also killed a lot of low-level beasts, but he contributed too little experience. Lu Xuantian looked at his attributes. Name: Lu Xuantian. Occupation: Battle Tank Master. Level: Silver 9th rank. Strength: 2640. Agility: 1977. Spirit: 1869. Stamina: 2512. Skills: Ghost Back, Physical Skills, 10 Heavy Strength. After the enhancement of the Academy's attributes, coupled with the changes brought about by level promotion, Lu Xuantian's attributes have undergone earth-shaking changes. Ding! Congratulations, you have been promoted to the 9th level of Silver, and you have received a small gift bag. You get Firebird Stone, Stamina plus 300. As the rewards from the system arrived, Lu Xuantian's attributes began to increase again. The Endurance attribute is about to exceed 3,000 points. Now his attributes are worse than Jushi Luo Yin's, but they are almost the same. If 10 days ago, it took him 5 minutes to kill Boulder Luo Yin, now it only takes 1 minute to kill Boulder Luo Yin. Suddenly, Lu Xuantian thought that two things exploded after killing the giant stone Luo Yin. Then remove it from the backpack. Holy Healing Arm Shield. Silver rank. Level requirements: Silver 10th rank. Strength: 500. Stamina: 500. Features: possesses strong defensive power, can be enlarged or reduced at will. After wearing this equipment, once fatally injured, as long as it is not dead, 50% of life can be recovered in an instant, limited to 3 times a day. Hiss. Lu Xuantian was startled. This ability is a bit like the skill that Luo Yin recovered from the boulder after being injured by him. As long as it is not, it can restore life 3 times. Although it is only average, it is also awesome. So, I can be half a priest myself. Lu Xuantian was pleasantly surprised. It is indeed the first time to open the Silver Secret Realm, the reward is good. Then, he looked at the second reward. It turned out to be a mirror. Eye of Appraisal. Silver level props. Function of props: integrate into the eyes to view the attribute information of high-level beasts and props. It turned out to be a prop. Isn't this the advanced identification technique? Lu Xuantian was overjoyed. It just so happened that he lacked an ability similar to identification. After all, the level of appraisal technique is very low. Fusion. In an instant, the lens in his hand disappeared directly. It took Lu Xuantian a while to open his eyes. He didn't feel any changes in his eyes, just like normal. The level of these beasts is too low, but I should be able to see the attributes of that Abyss Luo Yin. Those people have already started a war with Abyss Luo Yin. I just want to try my current strength, and take a look at Abyss Luo Yin's level. Lu Xuantian came to a hilltop and looked at the battlefield 30 miles away. In that direction, there are a large number of professionals and boss fighting, under the impact of powerful skills. It can be clearly felt from 30 miles away. Without hesitation, Lu Xuantian quickly rushed towards the boss's position. 25th day. In the secret territory, there is a battle scene involving tens of thousands of people. Thousands of people besieged a terrifying beast. At every moment, countless spells are madly thrown towards the Abyss Luo Yin, and there are a large number of fighters and meat shields constantly attracting the hatred of the Abyss Luo Yin. The first team of mages attack the left side of the boss. Assassins of the 7th team go around to the back of the boss and attack the knee joint of the calf. All the fighters of the 3rd team follow me, and cooperate to disable the boss's legs at this moment. There are injured people over there, the priest should treat them quickly, and the others will retreat under cover. On the battlefield, almost all professionals gathered around the strange beast. Tens of thousands of people attack the boss in batches. Try to kill the boss. Among them are a large number of students from Da Sha Kizi. Although their number is only about 2,000, their fighting power is more than twice that of ordinary professionals. At the same time, the students of Zilling University majoring in battlefield command, as the commander of this battle, must ensure that the boss is killed within 10 days. Otherwise, they will all be finished. If you don't work hard, you will die, and if you work hard, there may be a chance of survival. So they have to fight like hell. At this point, they had been fighting for 5 days, and they didn't know how much damage they had dealt, but the boss showed no signs of falling, but he also looked tired. The boss has been blocked by mages and meat tanks, making it impossible for him to hurt others easily. In the past 20 days, everyone tried their best to increase their level, including professionals who were promoted to gold level, but they faced the terrifying nightmare level boss. The output damage is very small. On a hilltop, Qin Chu had just retreated from the battlefield, and his whole body collapsed. But the damage to the boss was not serious. We spent so long to wear out half of BOOS's HP. Qin Chu gritted his teeth and said, that Lu Xuantian hasn't come to help for so long. If he helps, maybe he can really kill Abyss Luo Yin. Bai Hengzhan on the side said coldly, that coward won't come if he doesn't come, even if it's hard, he must kill the boss, otherwise we will all be finished. I don't want to die in this kind of place. After finishing speaking, Luo Yin rushed to the abyss. Crack the car. Bai Hengzhan slashed out a sword energy, hit the back of Abyss Luo Yin, and instantly blasted a hole, causing a lot of damage, but it was not a big problem for Abyss Luo Yin. This is still relatively strong damage. And the injuries caused by other professionals are purely scraping. Qin Chu, who was standing in the distance, saw that Bai Hengzhan, who was stronger than her, could kill the boss quickly, feeling extremely sad in his heart. But he still rushed to the boss with the long sword. At this moment, everyone is outputting crazily, constantly attacking the boss. Would Mage hurry up and use skills to limit the movement of the boss? The boss has recovered blood, quickly release the skills to limit the boss's blood recovery. Where is Zan Fu? Come up to me quickly. The priest gives boosts to the assassins, all of them are for me to blow out the eyes of the boss. Quote. Rocky Plain. At the teleportation entrance of Quangshan's secret realm. The city lord, Zhang Beihong, heard the report from his subordinates, and his face became more serious. 10,000 professionals are missing. To be precise, he entered the secret realm, and it has been a month now. No one came out. It's okay if it's normal, but there are thousands of students out of the 10,000 people, and a silver secret realm hasn't come out after fighting for a month. This is obviously very abnormal. A large number of frontier city fighters surround the entrance of the secret realm. All around vigilantly. After all, the disappearance of more than 10,000 people out of thin air caused quite a stir in the border port city. A silver-level secret realm. It stands to reason that it shouldn't be playing for such a long time. Could it be to collect materials inside? Zhang Beihong guessed suspiciously, but I can't figure out why. After thinking for a while, Zhang Beihong said to the assistant beside him, you send someone to guard here, wait for another month and see, and notify me immediately if the secret realm disappears. Understood. The assistant nodded. Afterwards, Zhang Beihong left. After all, as the lord of a city, he can't continue to wait here. If these people don't show up in a month, he will report to the higher authorities. And at this moment, thousands of professionals have been continuously fighting against Abyss Luo Yin. Everyone is working hard. The time to end is getting closer, but they haven't killed Abyss Luo Yin yet. At the same time, a figure rushed to the battlefield. Lu Xuantian looked at the battle below in shock. A dense crowd of professionals is constantly attacking the boss. Even the mountains were knocked down several times. Suddenly, Lu Xuantian thought of something, and a ray of light flashed in his left eye, looking towards Abyss Luo Yin. Secret Realm Boss Nightmare Abyss Luo Yin. Level. Gold 10th level. Strength. 9,425. Agility. 8,541. Spirit. 8,365. Stamina. 9,560. Skill. Body Protection Stone Skin improves physical defense, and reflects part of the physical damage received. Dark Curse. Slows down enemies' speed. Abyss Fissure. A must-hit skill, dealing damage to the enemy and causing the opponent's defense to drop in a short time. Accumulated Blow. Accumulate a punch to deal 3 times the damage of the attack. As the first to see the attributes of the boss, Lu Xuantian was stunned. The single attribute of this gold-level Abyss Luo Yin almost exceeds 10,000 points, what a terrifying value. I'm just stunned. Lu Xuantian was dumbfounded. No wonder these people killed 1/5 of the opponent's HP after 5 days of killing, that was because of the boss's attribute of heaven-defying. This property, even stronger than diamond-level beasts. Let alone 10 days, even 20 days may not be able to kill Abyss Luo Yin. Looks like I'll do it myself. Lu Xuantian said calmly to himself. Others may not have the opportunity, but he has it. Immediately, Lu Xuantian came to the center of the battlefield with a Konoha instant technique, intending to launch an attack on Abyss Luo Yin. At this time, sudden mutation. The boss is about to use the Abyss Fissure. Everyone retreats quickly, all priests pay attention, blood should be healed as soon as possible. Professionals who have been fighting for 5 days have already figured out the skills of Abyss Luo Yin, among which there are several powerful skills. Once hit by a blow, they will not die or be disabled. And the crack in the abyss is one of them. Luo Yin from the abyss condensed a 10-meter boulder and smashed it at the professional at an extremely fast speed. Because the speed was too fast, it was difficult to avoid it directly. Not good, it is targeting the 6th mage team this time, and all the tanks will immediately protect the mage team. It's too late, all fighters will block it for me. Someone in the crowd commanded loudly. Once the boulder hits the mage, that fragile body will be cold immediately. Call out. The boulder makes a sonic boom. The speed is so fast that no one can stop it. All the meat shields and soldiers are on their way, they can't quench their thirst. Lu Xuantian, who had just rushed to the battlefield, saw a huge boulder falling on the mage team at a glance. The mage dodged in panic. The meat shield and the battle ran desperately. But it's too late. When everyone panicked and feared, only Lu Xuantian was calm and composed. A must-hit skill, Lu Xuantian said coldly. You are not qualified to kill someone in front of me. This time he didn't use the Konoha blinking technique. This move is still a bit slow to save the mage, and he can only teleport for a short distance. But Lu Xuantian has more than this one skill. Shadow Dance Leaf. This is a more advanced high-speed physical technique, even so fast that it cannot be seen by the naked eye. Lu Xuantian's figure instantly disappeared in place. When it appeared again, it had already appeared under the boulder. Konoha Bad Rock Rise. The next moment, Lu Xuantian leapt high, all the muscles of the elbow joint condensed and turned into an extremely dense and hard steel plate, and violently slammed into the boulder. Bang! The boulder was knocked hundreds of meters away. All mages are saved. But that's not all. Lu Xuantian then rushed towards the huge abyss, Luo Yin. Power Prelude. With an astonishing speed, he kicked Luo Yin head-on into the abyss. The power of the whole body leaned violently on Abyss Luo Yin's chest. Boom! Abyss Luo Yin retreated tens of meters. And Lu Xuantian landed firmly on the ground. Only then did everyone discover Lu Xuantian's figure. Just now, they didn't even see Lu Xuantian. It's him. The person who killed the giant stone Luo Yin. A student from Qingzhou University. So strong. Kicked Abyss Luo Yin away. All the professionals looked at Lu Xuantian in shock. But at this moment, Lu Xuantian's eyes were on the boss. Everyone continues to attack the boss. I will attract the firepower, and you will output from the side. Lu Xuantian shouted loudly and charged towards the boss again. As soon as the words fell, all the professionals shouted wildly. Join the fight again. A large number of fighters and meat tanks resisted in front. And the mage also joins the fight. Countless spells are thrown at the boss. Under the leadership of Lu Xuantian, tens of thousands of professionals have exported. They were cautious before because there were no professionals who could resist the boss. But it was different now. Lu Xuantian held up an arm shield, resisting Abyss Luo Yin. All pros were blown away by Lu Xuantian. Facing Abyss Luo Yin's attack, Lu Xuantian Fifan did not resist, but counterattacked head-on. Even the boss who once fought doubted his life. Even if the boss has a protective stone skin, it's useless. After 5 hours of fighting, Abyss Luo Yin was finally consumed by everyone. Lu Xuantian looked coldly at Abyss Luo Yin. Now is the time to deal with you. Suddenly, Lu Xuantian closed his eyes, and looked at his brain with introverted consciousness. The next moment, he felt a cool and clear brain. At the same time, his deep voice came. 8 inner gates. The first door, open the door, open. On the battlefield, everyone noticed Lu Xuantian who closed his eyes. At this time, Lu Xuantian suddenly opened his eyes and said, everyone attack the boss with all their strength, and I will give him the final blow. Hearing this, everyone was pleasantly surprised. Crazy attack on Abyss Luo Yin again. The stone skin on Abyss Luo Yin's body continued to crack, gradually revealing the flesh and blood inside. That huge body actually became smaller, visible to the naked eye. After revealing Abyss Luo Yin's body, Lu Xuantian's eyes seemed to reveal a flame. Suddenly, Lu Xuantian roared loudly. Everyone, all retreat to 5 kilometers away. No. The farther the better. Just when everyone didn't understand, Lu Xuantian let out another low shout. What followed was a bark. I saw that the clothes on Lu Xuantian's upper body were directly cracked, and the top was split by his strong muscles. Everyone looked at Lu Xuantian in astonishment. Someone in the crowd suddenly shouted. It's a ghost back. A grimace appeared. Lu Xuantian is going to make a big move. Everyone withdraw quickly. It was a student wearing the uniform of Qingzhou University, and he realized it immediately. It can be seen at a glance that Lu Xuantian is going to make a big move. Even the strongest form appeared. That lethality must be great. Someone took the lead, while others retreated. After all, they have already recognized Lu Xuantian's combat strength. Since Lu Xuantian asked them to retreat, there must be a reason. After a short while, everyone frantically retreated to the rear. With a silver-level physique, they could run at the speed of a car, and only Lu Xuantian was left on the spot. Roar! Abyss Luo Yin roared at Lu Xuantian. Among these people, the one who hurt him the most was Lu Xuantian. Now, use your skills. A huge boulder struck towards Lu Xuantian with a sound of piercing through the air. At this time, Lu Xuantian sneaked slightly, with a blue light shining in his eyes. Full understanding of the brain domain. Shadow Dance Leaf. In the next moment, Lu Xuantian's speed increased sharply, even faster than Shadow Wuya just now. Only his afterimage could be seen 5 kilometers away. Everyone guessed whether Lu Xuantian could kill Abyss Luo Yin. On the top of Roy's head in the abyss, the thick blood bar only has 5% of its health left. And they are now half a day away from the end of the month. Everyone has no idea, but they choose to trust Lu Xuantian once. And at this moment, Lu Xuantian fixed his eyes on the boss not far away, and came to the bottom of the boss in the blink of an eye. He wants to use the first style of opening the door. But he can't guarantee that he will kick the boss, which is only 30 meters high, into the sky. Then, do your best. Ghost back crying face. Shadow Dance Leaf. During Setsuna, Lu Xuantian came directly to the bottom of the Abyss Luo Yin. Then, exhausting all the strength in his body, he kicked Abyss Luo Yin heavily. At this moment, the veins on Lu Xuantian's forehead swelled, and his right leg exerted force. Give me! Lu Xuantian roared loudly. Go up! With a bang, Abyss Luo Yin was kicked into the air, while Lu Xuantian frowned, and there was a sound of bone cracking in his right leg. But Lu Xuantian didn't have time to care about these, and at the same time flew into the air with Abyss Luo Yin. At this moment, the professionals below were dumbfounded. Kick the boss hundreds of meters into the sky with one kick. At this time, everyone saw Lu Xuantian suddenly appear behind Abyss Luo Yin. There was also Lu Xuantian's roar in the air. Biao, Lian, Hua. I saw Lu Xuantian grabbing Luo Yin from the abyss and rushing towards the ground. Immediately, everyone thought, he is not going to hit the boss on the ground, is he? Everyone breathed a sigh of relief. Run, go, go. At this moment, everyone realized why Lu Xuantian let them escape. It's a meteorite hitting the ground. It's like a nuclear explosion. If he gets a blow, he will be crippled even if he doesn't die. In an instant, tens of thousands of people on the earth rushed madly in all directions. There is only one word in my heart to comment on Lu Xuantian. Madman. However, Abyss Luo Yin descended faster than they expected. Boom! A violent and deafening sound sounded. The earth was almost pierced through. In the center of the battlefield, set off a huge sandstorm. In an instant, everyone was blown away by the crushed stones and shock waves. At this time, the prompt sound of the secret realm came from everyone's ears. Congratulations to you for beheading Abyss Luo Yin and successfully clearing Quangshan's secret realm, nightmare level. Abyss Luo Yin is dead. Haha, we finally killed the boss. Lu Xuantian beef batch. For a while, many professionals pushed away the boulders pressing on them and laughed. Crash. The professionals all crawled out of the ruins of Big Brother, and this bit of rubble was enough to kill them. Ha ha ha, send it out quickly, I don't want to stay here anymore. I am at odds with the extremely dark order, I want to kill them all. I almost died here. What's wrong with Lu Xuantian? He won't die. What nonsense are you talking about? You actually cursed our savior, you are courting death. And at this moment, The sound of the secret realm prompting that it can be transmitted came from everyone's ears. Immediately, all professionals chose to leave the secret realm directly. At this moment, Lu Xuantian in the middle of the battlefield also followed the boss and smashed heavily on the ground. The damage he suffered was relatively light, but fortunately there was a holy healing arm shield. Instantly recover half of the injuries. Then Lu Xuantian quickly took away the rewards from the boss explosion and sent them directly. He didn't dare to stay in the secret territory any longer. Rocky Plain. Around the Guangshan secret realm, white light clusters appeared, which were the professionals in the secret realm. Many people left the Rocky Plain immediately. The place left a deep legacy for them. And Lu Xuantian has already returned to the border port city quickly by virtue of his own speed. Didi. When Lu Xuantian just charged his mobile phone at the hotel, he saw a lot of text messages and missed calls on his mobile phone. Among them were sisters Lin Wenwen and He Danqi, but most of them were from my senior sister, Wu Yang Miaotong. Lu Xuantian immediately dialed back a past. What happened to senior sister Miaotong? What's the matter? Okay, I see, I'm going to Qingzhou University now. After hanging up the phone, Lu Xuantian packed his things and prepared to go back to Qingzhou University. It turned out that the 7 sons of Daxia will be competing for freshmen, and he is the strongest freshman this year, and of course he will represent Qingzhou University in the competition. But when the battle is about to start, Lu Xuantian has not been seen for a long time, which makes Yang Miaotong anxious. And he stayed in the secret realm for a month, so he didn't know about it at all. Qingzhou University. Inside the villa. As soon as Lu Xuantian came back, Yang Miaotong came over aggressively. Lu Xuantian, you left without saying hello, I'm ready to report missing persons. Sister, I had an accident this time. Lu Xuantian hurriedly apologized and told what happened to him during this time. Really? Yang Miaotong said suspiciously. It's true, Daxia people don't lie to Daxia people. Lu Xuantian nodded heavily. I believe it for the time being. Yang Miaotong did not continue to ask, but said, I called you this time because the Peak Guild found a dungeon named Sun Temple. This time, Da Sha Kizi and several other guilds will explore this dungeon together. Lu Xuantian interrupted suddenly. Aren't we the 7 sons of Daxia exploring together? How come there are people from other guilds participating? Originally thought it was a battle between 7 schools, but now more people have joined. Yang Miaotong explained. Big Sha doesn't only have the 7 sons of Da Sha, and the guild is not just as simple as it looks. There are also several powerful guilds in Da Sha, and they will train professionals themselves. Generally, those who can participate are the top professionals in various guilds, and they are no worse than the students of the 7 Great Sha. This dungeon is also known as a genius trial. Each university will send 30 freshmen, and the rest will be filled by the various guilds. After Yang Miaotong's explanation, Lu Xuantian understood the reason of the matter. As the 7 sons of the Great Sha, every year, freshmen will have a big competition. As an exchange competition for the 7 freshmen, it is actually a secret comparison. Although the students in every school are geniuses, there are still evildoers. Therefore, this is a genius test prepared for evildoers. Moreover, because the strength of the evildoer is at the silver level and gold level, most of the selected dungeons are gold level dungeons. Yang Miaotong continued. It was originally notified a month ago that everyone will upgrade their level when their attributes increase, but I have been unable to contact you. There are still 3 days left, you'd better raise your level to the 10th silver level. When Lu Xuantian heard this, he shook his head and said, Who said I have no chance? Immediately, he showed his attribute panel. Silver 10th rank. However, Yang Miaotong said, Silver level is just an entry level. You have to know that in last year's assessment, the top talents in other schools were all around the 3rd level of gold. Only 5 students in our academy have broken through to the gold level. You know, the gold level requires props to be promoted. You may not have a chance in a short time, unless you are willing to spend money to buy it. Hearing this, Lu Xuantian narrowed his eyes slightly. No wonder his level is stuck at the 10th level of silver, and he has not been promoted to a higher level. It turned out to be props, but it seems that my basic knowledge is not solid enough. Suddenly, Lu Xuantian thought that he had burst out several rewards from Abyss Luo Yin. One of them seems to be a stone that can be used to improve one's own realm. Senior Sister Miaotong, I seem to have the props to advance to the gold rank. After speaking, he took out the boss reward from the room. Breakthrough Stone props. It contains powerful energy inside, which can be used to break through the realm. This is the reward that exploded after Lu Xuantian killed Abyss Luo Yin. In the end, I took it away directly while there were no other professionals. Breakthrough Stone. This thing is worth hundreds of millions, how did you get it? Ouyang Miaotong said in surprise. Lu Xuantian said with a smile, this is the reward I got for killing the secret boss, otherwise I wouldn't lose contact for a month. After a brief shock, Ouyang Miaotong said, since you have a breakthrough stone, you should hurry up and get promoted. You will go to the instance in 3 days. At that time, you can help Qingzhou University compete for a good ranking. After sending Ouyang Miaotong away, he went to the Wudo Academy's office again and found Yi Hongfei. Yi Hongfei originally wanted to test him, but ended up leaving for a month. I originally wanted to help you buy a breakthrough stone. Now that you have it, make a breakthrough. Yi Hongfei continued. This year's competition, there are still many hidden professionals participating. The teacher believes that you will not be weaker than them. The teacher has prepared a few skill books for you. You can take them back and learn later. The teacher doesn't need you to perform well, but you must not lose the face of Qingzhou University. Yes, Lu Xuantian took the skill book and nodded. This time, the Great Sha Kingdom will have a large number of hidden professionals participating in the competition. Everyone thinks they are the son of destiny. And Lu Xuantian is only a battle tanker, and his strength is considered strong, but it is not so easy to deal with those hidden professions. After returning to the dormitory, Lu Xuantian looked at Yi Hongfei's skill book, which contained the skills of the 3 fighters. Do you really want me to be trained as a martial artist? He laughed and learned the 3 skill books. Hu Che, for enemies with high defense, swinging fists and chopping palms is like a fierce tiger rushing to eat, armor penetration plus 3-0. Bawang Yingzi, briefly purify all abnormal states of yourself. Melee heavy punch, cause certain damage to the enemy. Of these 3 skills, the first 2 allow him to better target enemies, and the third is a skill with decent attack power. Subsequently, Lu Xuantian began to absorb the energy of the breakthrough stone. The breakthrough stone is a common breakthrough stone for professionals. After all, there is still a little difference between reality and games. Every time a level is raised, it is similar to a breakthrough in the fantasy world. Fortunately, this is the game world, with all kinds of props. Simply put, drug use is harmless and has no sequelae. With the continuous absorption of the energy of the breakthrough stone, Lu Xuantian's already powerful attributes have also been significantly improved. His 4 attributes far exceed those of ordinary professionals, and his physique has broken through to 3,000 attributes, but he doesn't know how it compares to the top Tianzhou. Especially those hidden professionals in other universities, and those professionals trained by top guilds. It is not simple. When the breakthrough stone is absorbed, Lu Xuantian's level has also been raised to silver level. Name: Lu Xuantian. Professional. Battle Tank Master. Level: Gold Level 1. Strength: 3120. Agility: 2554. Spirit: 2535. Stamina: 3060. Skills: Ghost Back, Physical Skills. Equipment: Pyro Explosion Gloves, Holy Healing Arm Shield. Props: Appraisal Eye. As the level is promoted to the gold level, various attributes are increasing. At this moment, Lu Xuantian's 2 attributes of strength and endurance have both broken through to more than 3,000. And now he has much more blood than the average person. Even more than meat tanks. When he was promoted to the gold rank, the sound of the system also came. Ding! Congratulations, your level has been promoted to gold level, and you will get a level gift bag. Open the gift bag, Lu Xuantian said hastily. Ding! Congratulations on getting the soul of Taijutsu, Conqueror's Haki. Lu Xuantian suddenly lit up. All he had acquired before was the external offensive physical skill, and now he finally acquired the Conqueror's Haki, this internal ability. For example, Armament Haki, which can improve personal defense power, can also evolve into attack power. Observation Haki has many uses, such as perceiving attacks, predicting behavior, perceiving the strength of creatures, emotions, thinking, etc., and even cultivating to ultimate, you can see part of the future state. However, the strongest conqueror's haki cannot be cultivated, and he must improve his own courage to improve. Immediately, he looked at his property panel. There are 3 more skills in the skill bar. Armament haki. Increased defense and attack power, strength can be increased through combat or practice. Observation haki. Perceive the breath around you, increase the strength by using it. Conqueror's haki. Can release powerful coercion, improving one's own courage can increase power. The current 3 haki are just beginners, and they need to exercise if they want to improve. The power will be more powerful. Conqueror's haki. There is no way to master it at once, but as long as you master it, it will improve with the battle in the future. Now there are still more than 2 days before going to the Sun Temple, just to get familiar with the skills. Immediately, Lu Xuantian went to the combat dungeon in the academy, a silver-level dungeon, to start exercising the new abilities he had acquired. With 2 days of exercise, both armament haki and observation haki are growing and ready to use easily, while others are vying for the genius quota to go to the instance. On the 3rd day, 30 outstanding students selected by Qingzhou University will represent Qingzhou University. Most of them are the top-ranked students in the freshman assessment. Go to that genius trial to compete for honor for Qingzhou University. Qingzhou University. At this moment, the 30 students of Qingzhou University are ready. When Lu Xuantian came to the playground, he found that there were many people he knew among the students present. The most familiar ones were He Danqi and Lin Wenwen. There are other people who are extremely hidden in the profession, Yi Feng, Bai Le, and Xiao Hai and the 2 brothers Xiao Hai, and many people they met during the freshman assessment. For example, the 6 students who fought in teams, and the 2 teams that competed with him for the boss of the assessment instance in the end. But without exception, all of them were beaten by Lu Xuantian for fishing. When approaching other people, Lu Xuantian releases knowledge color. The pupils shrank suddenly. Several groups. Qingzhou University is really Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, one can hide better than the other. Lu Xuantian was surprised. According to the perception of knowledge, several of these people have a strong breath of life. At the same time, Lu Xuantian mastered the eye of appraisal. At a glance, these people stood in front of him as if they were naked, and let him watch. Of course, this can only see the attributes, not see through the clothes with the eyes of clairvoyance. But what caught Lu Xuantian's attention the most was a girl from the auxiliary college. Chen Xiu, hidden professional, recovery warlock. Skill, vitality, can restore health and injuries to the team. Spell gain, increase mage damage and physical damage of teammates. Cotton entanglement, summon cotton to cause interference to the enemy and slow down the speed. This reminds Lu Xuantian of Kai Wenji in her previous life, but this real-life version of the girl is quite eye-catching. There is also a boy in black clothes, giving people a lonely feeling. But his strength should not be underestimated. The job change is Shadow Gun Swordsman, a hidden professional who has mastered dual professions. Lu Xuantian sighed. Seeing Lu Xuantian approaching, Lin Wenwen waved and said hello. I knew there would be a spot. After all, your pervert is so strong. Talk as you say, why are you scolding me? Lu Xuantian joked. He was not surprised that the 2 women participated. A swordsman and a thunder mage are both hidden professionals. If he didn't steal the limelight, maybe the 2 of them, Ningcheng Tianzhao, won the first place. At this time, He Danqi asked curiously, I haven't seen you for 2 months, and the feeling has become stronger. Not strong, only the first rank of gold. Talent. He Danqi was stunned for a moment, and he was promoted to the first level of gold to use the word. Haven't you guys been promoted to the first gold level? Lu Xuantian asked. No, but Wenwen and I have just arrived at the 10th level of silver, and we will wait until the level is raised in the secret realm. Lu Xuantian nodded. The grades of the 2 girls were the same as most of the other students. Just then, a hurricane hit. I saw a huge griffin landing on the playground. Everyone boards the descendants of the royal griffin, ready to go. A figure appeared behind the griffin. It was fighter Yi Hongfei. And this royal griffin is the spiritual pet of other beast masters in the academy, and this time it is here to send the students to participate in the trial. Under the command of Yi Hongfei, 30 students climbed onto the back of the royal griffin one after another, and immediately, the huge 50-meter-long royal griffin took off with its wings flapping. Under the leadership of Yi Hongfei, they flew towards the other side of Daxia. All the students sat cross-legged on the broad back of the royal griffin, looking around at the scenery below, but because the speed of the royal griffin was too fast, they couldn't see anything. At this time, Lu Xuantian, who was idle and bored, looked at the royal griffin at his feet with the appraisal eye installed with the left eye. Strange beast. Royal griffin. Level. Diamond level 7. Hiss. Lu Xuantian was startled. What a powerful beast, so his master is at least a powerful beast master of Diamond 7th rank. Moreover, the speed of this strange beast is quite fast, flying dozens of kilometers away in the blink of an eye. If you are not careful, you may be thrown off. Fortunately, the royal griffin's feathers are big enough to use the gaps in the feathers to storm the haven. After an hour's flight, the royal griffin travels through the entire summer, almost crossing the summer. Finally, everyone came to Yanjing City. This time, the host location is in the university for a friendly and funny contest. However, the first place they arrived was a 5-star hotel near Yanjing University. The top floor of the largest and most luxurious 7-star hotel in Yanjing City has been booked. This is an industry under the name of Jidao Guild, directly contributing the luxurious top floor. And on the roof of hundreds of square meters, the giant eagle that had been covering the sky and the sun slowly landed. People from Qingzhou University have arrived. Diamond Royal Griffin. Which one is Lu Xuantian? On the rocky plain, Lu Xuantian from Qingzhou University stole the limelight. I would have killed that strange beast long ago. I heard that the strange beast cannot see attributes. And, it's very powerful. Amidst the discussion among many students, the students of Qingzhou University stepped off the back of the royal griffin and came to the hall on the next floor. Many college students have gathered here. Each is looking at the other. Some people's eyes are full of fighting spirit, some people look at it curiously, some people whisper. Qingzhou University was the last one to come, and there were just 3 tables in the hall, enough for 30 people. Lu Xuantian didn't hesitate, and walked directly towards the empty space. The students behind him followed Lu Xuantian to their seats and waited quietly. It was not that there was no communication in the hall, as each school was allowed to communicate. There is not only a buffet in the hall, but also some entertainment facilities for everyone to communicate and entertain. Many college students in Qingzhou also went to find people they knew and exchanged ideas with each other. Lu Xuantian, Lin Wenwen and I went to find some acquaintances to find out their news. He Danqi and Lin Wenwen, who were sitting next to Lu Xuantian, greeted him and then walked towards the other direction of the hall, as if they knew someone they knew. Lu Xuantian looked at the crowd around him, as if he didn't know many people. Then he walked towards the buffet location. The buffet here is made according to the local characteristics. It looks full of color and fragrance, and you can feel the feeling of halsey when you smell it. Lu Xuantian has a little of everything. Lu Xuantian. Suddenly a voice came from behind. The person who came was none other than Qin Chu, who had met in the secret territory of Quang Mountain before. So it was you. I didn't expect you to come to participate in the trial. Lu Xuantian said lightly. What? I'm also a genius, right? Qin Chu felt that he was underestimated by Lu Xuantian. Although my strength in Shanghai is not top-notch, not as good as you, perverts, I can still be considered a genius. Why do I feel that you are scolding me? Lu Xuantian said a little speechlessly. Ha, I'm praising you again. Qin Chu said with a smile. Whatever. Lu Xuantian responded indifferently while picking out delicious food. Here's a grilled steak for you. Qin Chu was a little stunned, but still took a piece of grilled golden steak. Do you want to know who is the number 1 among all the universities? Qin Chu said with some mystery. Not interested in. However, Qin Chu ignored Lu Xuantian, and said to himself, the first place is the Excalibur, Wang Tianming of Yanjing University. The second place is the Dragon Master, Lu Fan from Beijing University. Do you want to know who the fourth is? Lu Xuantian added a piece of sushi and said, I don't want to. It's you. Ha, Lu Xuantian was stunned for a moment. The fourth place is me. That's right. The news that you killed Abyss Luo Yin in the forbidden area was reported not long ago, and many people ranked you fourth. Qin Chu said seriously. This made Lu Xuantian interested. I have such a strong strength now that I am only ranked 4th. How are they ranked? Lu Xuantian asked curiously. I don't know. Qin Chu shook his head. It seems to be from one of the 7 contests of the Great Shah. Not only that, I heard that all the rankings of the Great Shah are ranked by him, but no one has ever seen it pass him. Hearing Qin Chu's words, Lu Xuantian was at a loss again. How could there be another 7 rounds? Who are the 7 Great Shah Ju? Qin Chu shook his head and said, I don't know. We only know their names. They seem to be the 7 strongest members of the younger generation. There is only one name that has been circulated outside. As for the others, we don't know anything about it. Let's not talk about this, the topic has gone off the rails. Qin Chu pulled away from this topic and continued to return to the topic just now. Let me tell you, the 3rd place is the chief freshman of our Shanghai University, Demon Saber, Yu Gongtian. This is a big beauty, the kind who looks very good looking, and she is also my best friend. Do you want to get to know each other? I accept you too, pervert, getting to know each other. Quote. Lu Xuantian was speechless. Suddenly, Lu Xuantian's pupils shrank, and he said flatly, no need, I'm not interested in women. You're not a guy, are you? Qin Chu looked at Lu Xuantian in astonishment. I really didn't lie to you, my girlfriend is really pretty. At this moment, a cold voice came from behind Qin Chu. Qin Chu. Hearing a familiar voice, Qin Chu stiffly turned his neck and looked back. Xiao Yu, what a coincidence. Qin Chu smiled awkwardly. What are you doing here? Yu Gongtian said coldly. I was chatting with Lu Xuantian, who is the person I told you about. And Lu Xuantian was also looking at Yu Gongtian, who was coming. The other party's black hair was tied up high, her eyes were indifferent, with a little dark red in her eyes, her expression changed little, but it gave people a cute feeling, and she was carrying a long knife on her back. At the same time, he was holding a plate of barbecue for more than a dozen people. This image made him feel like a character in the previous world, Chitong. At this time, Yu Gongtian gave Lu Xuantian a cold look. Hi, I'm Yu Gongtian. Qin Chu didn't say anything bad about me just now, did he? Just as Lu Xuantian was about to speak, he saw Qin Chu blinking behind him, but the corners of his mouth curled slightly and he said. She said you are not as good looking as her. Real. Yu Gongtian did not continue to speak. Instead, he held the dinner plate in one hand and pulled Qin Chu away from the dining area with the other. Qin Chu wanted to resist, but his strength was obviously weaker than Yu Gongtian's. Lu Xuantian, I can't stop talking to you. Qin Chu's angry shout could be heard in the distance, and Lu Xuantian calmly returned to his seat. When Lu Xuantian returned to his seat, He Danqi and Lin Wenwen also returned to their seats. Lu Xuantian, I asked my friends just now, and this time nearly 100 hidden professionals participated. But there are only 30 strongest ones, and among them, the 7 sons of Daxia occupy 18 places. He Danqi told all the information he found out. Among them, 4 are from Modu University, 2 are from Beijing University, 5 are from Yanjing University, 3 are from Zongyuan University, 3 are from Zilling University, 1 is from Liaodong University, and 3 are from Qingzhou University. After the explanation by He Danqi and Lin Wenwen, Lu Xuantian finally understood. The 7 sons of Great Shah accounted for more than half of the number, while the other 8 guilds accounted for 12 powerful hidden professionals. There are also many ordinary hidden professionals like him. Moreover, there are a large number of people participating this time, and many guilds bring the strongest people in order to show their strength. Quite a few people have reached the gold level, at least the first level of gold. At a glance, Lu Xuantian could see their levels. The level of others is unobstructed in front of him. Even if he doesn't have this prop, he can sense the vitality of others with the ability to see and hear. And some students who are not powerful hidden professionals, their strength is at least silver 10th rank, not much worse than others. The hall is full of students walking around, getting to know each other. Lu Xuantian also had a chat with He Danqi and Lin Wenwen. He is not interested in socializing with strangers. But what he didn't know was that many people were paying attention to him while he was eating. In the corner of the hall, a student wearing a Yanjing school uniform and holding a long sword, his eyes are calm, and he can't see his thoughts through his eyes. He is the highest ranked number 1 among the 7 sons of Daxia, Wang Tianming. Lu Xuantian, does it look weak? Wang Tianming took a slight glance at Lu Xuantian and ignored him. And in the place where the students in northern Xinjiang are, a teenager teased a little dragon cub in his arms with a barbecue. Shall ye eat more, and tomorrow I will defeat all those people. Boom, you want to eat, then eat more, so that we can beat the first place. Dragon Master Lu Fan said flatly. It seems that he has information about his own strength and the dragon cub in his arms. The location of Modu University. Qin Chu and Yu Gongtian were fighting each other. Little Yu, listen to me, I really didn't say that about you, and you really aren't as good looking as I am. Haha, don't scratch my armpit, it's so itchy, ha ha ha, I admit that you are prettier than me, so stop scratching. Yu Gongtian stopped the movements of his hands this time, and suddenly said seriously, Xiaoqiu, the aura of that person just now is really strong, I already believe what you said. When Qin Chu heard this, he said with a displeased face, okay, Xiao Yu, if you don't want me, then I'll scratch your armpit too. Yu Gongtian directly slapped Qin Chu's forehead with the long knife in his hand. It's almost done, let's go downstairs and rest, tomorrow we have to break into Sun Temple. As soon as the words fell, Yu Gongtian disappeared in place. Xiao Yu, don't run. Qin Chu ran downstairs after Yu Gongtian. Many geniuses communicated, and the time was almost at night. Many students left the top floor and went to the guest rooms downstairs to rest. Nothing to say all night. The next day, everyone went directly to the nearby Yanjing University after making some preparations. At this moment, a new viewing platform has been built inside Yanjing University. A viewing platform that can accommodate tens of thousands of people, and in the center of the playground is a portal to a secret realm, but it hasn't started yet. Many students are waiting on the playground. After all, this is the first talent competition between Daxia Seven Sons and other guilds. Although everyone is a freshman, there is still a gap between a freshman and a freshman before. This is a great celebration for all students. Just don't know who will win the first place in the end. They're here. It looks like a lot of people. I don't know which college won the competition in the end. I heard that there are many talents in this class. Our Yanjing alone has 2 of the top 10 on the list. I think it's our Yanjing University. It's too early to say. Wow, look at that, as Yu Gongtian from Demon University, as beautiful as the one in the photo. Quote. Soon, delegations from all schools and guilds showed up on the playground. A total of 500 people challenged together. Many people are eagerly waiting to go in and kill the quartet, defeating people from other schools. Everyone is waiting for the opening of the dungeon of the secret realm. After waiting for 2 hours, the secret realm of the Sun Temple has finally opened. A large 3-dimensional Uzumaki mounted transfer door slowly rotated. At the same time, the secret information also appeared. Temple of the Sun. Gold level. Killing rewards. Sun God Armor, Rare Gold level. Chisha Spear, Rare Gold level. Mayan Scepter, Rare Gold level. Limited time. 3 days. Everyone who has not completed will be sent out of the secret realm. Many students were surprised when they saw the secret rewards. All are gold level equipment. And the following tip shocked everyone again. Tip. Collect all the equipment to synthesize platinum level equipment. At this moment, both the students and the instructors leading the team were shocked. Platinum level equipment can be called an artifact. Even Daxia only has one. That is powerful equipment with unlimited growth value. And with the release of information, the secret channel is completely opened. At this moment, a guild leader shouted loudly, "The teleportation entrance has been opened, what are you still doing? Go in quickly." All of a sudden, the guild geniuses who had been waiting for a long time rushed to the secret realm. The guild has already issued an order. Loot the treasures of the Sun Temple. If anyone can snatch the 3 treasures, then that guild will become the #1 guild in Great Sha. The instructors of Daxia Seven Sons Academy were taken aback for a moment, and then their faces turned ugly. They didn't know it before, otherwise they would prepare to snatch more of these equipments. Hurry up and enter the secret realm of Beizhong College. The Beizhong tutor shouted loudly. All of Yanjing University must win a boss. Ziling University, this time we want to surpass other universities and kill a boss in the fastest time. All of a sudden, the instructors of each school gave orders to the students. Yi Hongfei said calmly, Qingzhou University, this time we also want to take down a boss, and pay attention to safety at the same time. Suddenly, Yi Hongfei threw a dozen things to Lu Xuantian, Yi Feng, Viola and others. This is enchanting potion. It can fully increase the combat power by half in a short period of time. There will be sequelae, so don't use it unless it is absolutely necessary. When Yi Hongfei was talking, he looked in other directions, and saw that the instructors of other colleges were taking out some props. Then Yi Hongfei looked at Lu Xuantian. Lu Xuantian, these missions to kill bosses are up to you to lead them, and we must fight for a boss. Clear. Lu Xuantian smiled lightly. As long as it's not a pervert-level boss, it's fine for him to deal with it. After all, before that Abyss Luo Yin almost beat him to vomit blood. The amount of blood was really thick, it was hard to grind to death. Immediately afterwards, Lu Xuantian led everyone from Qingzhou University towards the secret realm. After a few minutes, all 500 people entered the secret realm. After stepping into the secret realm, Lu Xuantian thought he was outside. Because the secret territory at this time is all desert, which is basically the same as the outside, and there are sandstorms covering the sky in the distance. At the same time, there was a hot sun hanging high in the sky. I'm going, isn't this place too hot? My gold-level physique can feel a little bit of heat. As expected of the Temple of the Sun, it feels like it's almost approaching the sun. Don't stay here anymore, hurry up and find where the boss is. Since this secret realm was not teleported randomly, all 500 people gathered together. Suddenly, someone shouted loudly. Look, there are 3 giant tornadoes in the desert, no, sandstorms, retreat quickly. Immediately, everyone looked in the 3 directions of left, middle and right, and 3 sandstorms appeared at the same time, but those with sharp eyes saw that there were 3 palaces inside. There is a palace in the sandstorm, so it can't be the palace of the sun god. That palace is huge, and if you want to get in, you have to go through a sandstorm. Which boss should those 3 palaces correspond to? Everyone is guessing. Suddenly, a gust of wind hit. All I saw was a huge dragon appeared above everyone. It was Lu Fan, the second-ranked dragon master. Follow me from Beijing School. As soon as the words fell, Lu Fan drove the dragon and rushed towards the sandstorm on the left. With Lu Fan taking the lead, many members of the guild rushed towards the palace. Basically every palace has people. Even Da Shaw's 7 sons were rushed towards those palaces shrouded in sandstorms. Lu Xuantian, do you want to form a team and go together? Lin Wenwen looked at Lu Xuantian. Qingzhou University is still in place, waiting for Lu Xuantian to give orders. Everyone go to the palace on the right. If you meet people from other schools or guilds, beat them out. Lu Xuantian announced loudly. You can exit at any time in the secret territory. If you don't want others to occupy it, you can take the initiative to exit the opponent. In other words, the next thing is team battle, while blocking the opponent, while fighting to hunt the boss. After confirming the direction, Lu Xuantian shouted loudly again. Everyone divide into 3 teams and move forward, pay attention to avoid the sandstorm. Not long after, 30 people were divided into 3 teams and headed towards the sandstorm on the right. In front of them, there are already at least 100 professionals. They have students from various schools, as well as professionals from various powerful guilds. Their strength doesn't need to be much weaker than theirs. Soon, everyone realized the power of the sandstorm. The sandstorm covered a large area and the wind was so strong that even a gold-level professional couldn't easily break through it. Sandstorms are a huge hindrance to everyone's progress. Although it is not difficult to move an inch, it is not easy. Fortunately, everyone is not an ordinary person, and their physical fitness is hundreds or thousands of times higher than that of ordinary people. Jiang can continue to move forward under the pressure. Many mages released defensive masks to resist the sandstorm. Or the meat tank is holding the shield and advancing against the sandstorm. Of course, this is only for the ordinary professionals in this team, but for the more talented Tianzhao. Other teams that are a real threat. At this moment, 5 hours have passed. Outside the dust storm on the right, on the periphery of the huge palace that was about to approach, there were 3 parties confronting each other. There are 5 people in each of the 3 parties. Each other wary of each other. One of them is Demon Sword headed by Demon City, Yu Gongtian, who is the 3rd place in this academy ranking, and Qin Chu is by his side. The other side is the members of True Dragon Hall and Zai Guild. The three parties are all heading towards the palace on the right, just wanting to compete for the boss. However, before that, it is necessary to clear the other players. Holding a long knife, Yu Gongtian looked calmly at the other two guilds. She looked calm and indifferent on the outside, but she was actually a violent maniac. Otherwise, she wouldn't be able to take the third place by virtue of her strength. If you want to fight, you can fight. I want this boss. Yu Gongtian looked at the other two guild teams, not paying attention to each other at all. Ha ha. Immediately, a professional from True Dragon Hall sneered and said, Yu Gongtian, who ranks third among the 7 sons of Great Sha, is really crazy, but that's just your academy's ranking. It's not that easy to scare us with this name. Besides, I like the students of the academy I like the most, especially a beautiful girl like you. A young man from Zhenlongtang looked at Yu Gongtian with an aloof look on his face. Good point. Another Zai Guild boy agreed loudly. In the past, it was your academy who broke through this kind of dungeon, but now this kind of dungeon is not just for you 7 sons of Daxia. Stop talking nonsense, we'll clean you up first, and then we'll fight between our guilds. The Zai Guild boy continued to shout. We are determined to win this boss, we have already made full preparations. At this moment, a figure walked out of the sandstorm. Phew, this sandstorm is really sad. Lu Xuantian complained and walked out of the sandstorm, and suddenly looked at the 3 teams facing each other ahead. One is the demon city he knows, and the other is a team he doesn't know. Judging by the iconic patterns on their bodies, they are members of the guild. Lu Xuantian. When seeing Lu Xuantian, Qin Chu was a little surprised. Yo, you guys are so lively. Lu Xuantian looked in 3 directions in surprise. You continue to chat, and I will not participate. As he said that, he was about to walk towards the palace in the distance, but when the spell hit, it blocked his progress. The ones from Qingzhou University don't think much of us, do they? The young man from Qinglong Hall waved a spell and said in a cold voice. After recognizing that Lu Xuantian is from Qingzhou University, he shouted loudly to the Zai Guild not far away. Zai Guild, we will solve a school by ourselves, and then the 2 teams will continue to decide who will enter the temple first inside. How? Okay, then I will choose the people from Shanghai University. Zai Guild responded. The 2 guilds communicated on their own, without paying attention to the 7 sons of Daxia. In their view, college students are basically people who rarely experience combat. After all, as people trained by the guild, they often enter the dungeons of various secret realms for the first time, and there are often strange beasts fighting and killing. Experienced in combat, it is by no means necessary for ordinary college students. But it is true. But that's for ordinary students. Everyone in Zai Guild is still very cautious about Yu Gongtian, who ranks in the top 3 in the university. After all, it is not that simple for a student who can rank high among the 7 sons of the Great Sha. But the members of Zai Guild were quite confident in their own strength, and immediately rushed towards Yu Gongtian. It was a burly boy carrying a tomahawk. Every time he took a step, he left heavy footprints on the sand. Splitting the moon. When there were still 5 meters away, the man directly slashed out with an axe. It was a powerful skill. A moon-curved slash wave appeared, blowing up a lot of sand and dust, and slashing towards the people who were possessed by Shanghai University. There is no doubt that this is a very powerful axe fighter. Although he is not a hidden professional, but that skill is very powerful honed by him. The power cannot be underestimated. On the side of Modu University, Qin Chu raised his eyes and moved forward with his sword, wanting to strike. At this time, Yu Gongtian reminded. Xiao Chu, the other party is not easy to deal with, you have to be careful. Yu Gongtian didn't attack personally. The strength of the opponent was not very strong for her, but the opponent was a battle-hardened axe warrior. Qin Chu didn't turn his head, but replied softly. Immediately, with a heavy footstep, he rushed forward and drew out his long sword, and slashed at the attacking axe warrior. Slash in the air. Slashing a sword chi in the air is a powerful skill. It's too late, so fast. The 2 slashes touched together in an instant, and a terrifying collision shock wave erupted. But that's not all. Qin Chu continued to rush towards the axe warrior, while the opponent also rushed towards her with a huge axe. The 2 soon fought together. The figure keeps growing. Both the long sword and the giant axe slashed at the opponent's body frantically. Although the attack is fierce, as long as the opponent is not killed, he can be cured in an instant. After all, this is a competition, not for life and death, but heavy handing is still necessary. And after the battle between the two sides began, the rest also joined in the fight. Both sides happened to be 5 people. Exactly 1-on-1. The students of Shanghai Metropolitan University took out their weapons and slashed at each other. And there were still 2 people on the spot who didn't make a move. One is Yu Gongtian from Shanghai, who is also the 3rd strongest player this year, and the other is a boy from Zhaihong Guild. The boy looked at Yu Gongtian with a cold face. His eyes moved slightly. Yu Gongtian, the 7 sons of Da Sha are ranked 3rd. No one can beat a demon with a demon sword, but you are unlucky to meet me today. You are just child soldiers in the academy. The young man made no secret of his ridicule towards Yu Gongtian. Obviously looking down on Yu Gongtian. Report your name, I will not kill the unknown. Yu Gongtian didn't open his eyes to look at the young man, and directly used his strength to crush such a person. Listen well, I am the chief genius of Zhaihong Guild, Wei Mingji. However, before Wei Mingji could open his mouth, a slender demon knife cut over. Too much nonsense. At this time, Yu Gongtian had already come to Wei Mingji, and the demon knife slashed fiercely between the eyebrows. If this knife hits Wei Mingji will be crippled immediately. At the same time, Lu Xuantian and the Qinglongtang Guild not far away were watching Yu Gongtian and the young man fighting. It was difficult to dodge at such a short distance. Lu Xuantian thought that the boy was not so easy to defeat, because he has already seen the profession and strength of that young man. Name: Wei Mingji. Occupation: Elven Archer. Level: Gold level 5. Omit: in terms of strength, Wei Mingji has something to be proud of, especially the hidden profession. At this moment, Wei Mingji looked at Yu Gongtian, who was close at hand, and activated his skills. Shock. A fluctuating energy suddenly rushed towards the surroundings. The environment directly swayed Yu Gongtian away. At the same time, the body accelerated in a short period of time, quickly retreated to the rear, and distanced itself from Yu Gongtian. Lu Xuantian was astonished. This ability seemed to be one of the best in the games he had played before. A character named Irene, but it's a boy. But the other is also a powerful demon sword. After being repelled, Yu Gongtian continued to slash towards Wei Mingji with the demon knife in his hand. And at this time, after Wei Mingji reacted, he began to display his kite-flying routine. The backhand is archery with a bow. Quick arrow. Can launch 3 arrow feathers in quick succession. Call out, call out, call out. The 3 arrow feathers locked Yu Gongtian's direction and did not give her any chance. This is to have absolutely rich experience to make accurate predictions. Sure enough, seeing that there was no chance, Yu Gongtian immediately avoided the arrow feathers. But that's not all. Wei Mingji grasped the advantage, and continued to shoot different arrow feathers, and they were 100% locked in. Although he missed Yu Gongtian, he was able to suppress the 3rd-ranked person among the 7 sons of Daxia. Enough to see Wei Mingji's strength. Seeing this scene, Lu Xuantian couldn't help sighing. It is indeed a guild that can rival the 7 sons of Da Sha. However, Yu Gongtian did not sit still. Blood and light step. The next moment, Yu Gongtian's speed suddenly accelerated and disappeared in place, leaving several arrow feathers in place. Suddenly, there was a soft drink. Demon sword technique, bloody dimensional slash. As soon as the words fell, streaks of blood-red strange knife light quickly slashed across the sky. The weird knife light actually formed a dense slashing net, slashing towards Wei Mingji not far away. If this is a hit, even a gold-level priest would never be able to save him. At this moment, Wei Mingji's eyes were a little flustered. Visibly felt strong. Immediately, he gritted his teeth and rolled to the side. Rolling assault. When he got up, he instantly launched a powerful attack, and after one blow, Wei Mingji launched several different attacks again. Split arrow. Send out 7 arrows at once to fan the opponent. Shock arrow. Comes with a powerful concussion force to repel the surrounding enemies. Piercing arrow. An arrow with strong penetrating power, causing armor-piercing damage. A dozen or so arrows in a row collided fiercely with the scarlet dimensional slash, and it was only then that the attack could be resisted, but it also made Wei Mingji break out in cold sweat. Let him not dare to underestimate Yu Gongtian anymore. While the two were fighting, people from the Azure Dragon Hall also came down towards Lu Xuantian. They want to deal with Lu Xuantian and enter the Temple of the Sun ahead of time. Immediately, two powerful mages attacked Lu Xuantian. Earth Bondage, Water Spear. At this moment, Lu Xuantian was suddenly stopped by the speed, and a large amount of sand and gravel was used, trying to keep the control in place. Water Spear. And in midair, a water spear with a thick arm stabbed fiercely at Lu Xuantian. Although it is water, its density is extremely high, and it is not a problem to easily penetrate the steel plate. Lu Xuantian tried to leave, but his feet were firmly fixed in place. The other party has no one to shoot together. The two mages shot first. Then the three fighters were killing him quickly. But he didn't panic at all, and immediately raised the arm shield of his left hand. Holy Healing Arm Shield. Under Lu Xuantian's control, the arm shield directly expanded to a size of 1 meter, trying to block the incoming water spear. The water mage of Qinglongtang looked at Lu Xuantian's arm shield with disdain. It was one of his few powerful skills, and it was not that easy to block it. It seemed like a long time, but it was only 2 seconds. The spears have arrived. The contest of spear and shield. Boom. The moment the spear and the shield touched, a huge mist suddenly burst out in midair. What shocked Qinglongtang was that Lu Xuantian's arm shield actually blocked it. You know, they have tested it before, and it is impossible for gold-level defensive equipment to block it easily. Come on, don't give him a chance to break free. A member of Qinglongtang shouted loudly. Holding the saber-chopping knife, he attacked. Lu Xuantian looked at it coldly. Why do these guys have the feeling of fooling everyone? After fending off the water spear, Lu Xuantian didn't stick to his spot, and immediately kicked hard, breaking free from the shackles of the Earth Mage, and at the same time kicked sand towards the attacking warrior. The most shocking of them is the Earth Mage. As a member of the Qinglongtang Guild, the ability of the Earth element has been cultivated by him to be very powerful, but the opponent broke free by relying on his own strength. He was stunned on the spot. Whose family's basic strength will be so strong? But now is not the time to think so much. While Lu Xuantian still has 1 foot under control, quickly cast his skills again. The Cage of Earth. Quote, in an instant, the gravel under Lu Xuantian's feet became more cohesive due to the soaking of the water spear. More powerful, overlord and heroic, temporarily purifies all states of oneself. Lu Xuantian was not used to the opponent, and directly used the short-term evolution skill. This kind of skill is quite rare, similar to the super body in the game, but the cooling time is a bit long. At this moment, a warrior with a sword has come to the front. Leaf Strong Whirlwind. Lu Xuantian made a backswing leg directly, smashing the opponent's 3 melee fighters into a ball like bowling. Immediately, he quickly left the place, and the target was the 2 mages behind. Be careful, the Water Mage and the Earth Mage exclaimed again and again. Water Barrier. Tough Rock Wall. The Earth-type Mage and the Water-type Mage stood together, each casting a tortoise shell, obviously cooperating with each other for a long time. The response is quite fast. Power Prelude. Lu Xuantian came close and kicked out the front, trying to kick the 2 turtle shells. At the same time, the 2 mages inside continued to use defensive skills. The Barrier of the Sea. The Cage of Earth. Bang. In addition to the huge defensive skills, Lu Xuantian did not kick it to explode. Quote. Lu Xuantian, how afraid of death are you? Lu Xuantian can only complain. These 2 mages are really timid. Come in if you have the guts. The 2 mages shouted without fear. At the same time, the deployment of defensive skills continues. Then you guys are looking forward to it. As soon as the words fell, Lu Xuantian punched out. Punch close. With 1 punch, it directly breaks through the 3 layers of defense. But it didn't break. Lu Xuantian called it a good guy. The abilities of the 2 mages are fused together to increase the defense power. Tiger. This time, Lu Xuantian directly used another skill, Huche with the armor-piercing attribute, targeting enemies with high defense or defense. Immediately, he slashed down heavily with his palm, like a tiger pouncing on his prey, splitting a huge gap in all the defensive barriers with 1 palm. This guy is full. Hurry up and block it. The 2 mages in the defensive barrier looked at the stage opening and Lu Xuantian facing each other, and Flax was stunned. They feel like they are going to cool off. At this time, their 3 teammates finally arrived. Boy, get out of here. Gravity slash. A warrior raised his big sword and slashed at Lu Xuantian fiercely. And the latter dodged directly. Everyone shoots, this guy is too difficult to deal with. In this team, there were no hidden professionals as powerful as Wei Mingji, only experienced professionals who saw how powerful Lu Xuantian was. They immediately changed the way of fighting. Don't give Lu Xuantian another chance. And Lu Xuantian doesn't want to waste time with these people anymore. Immediately use the rewards obtained 2 days ago. Armament hockey. After 3 days of practice, one of his arms is completely covered by the armed color, and with the blessing of the armed color, the attack power and defensive power of his right arm are increasing. Next, let you feel what is called violence aesthetics. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.